Hey, it's kind of dark.
It is.
There we go. And move a little bit. And you talk while I
So
put it
we're
on Facebook.
live at JP Cycles. If you can tell by the sign in the back, even though it looks backwards, I guess it's backwards on yours too. I don't know. So we're here in Destination Daytona at the JMP Cycles store. If you've never been here, it's a pretty big store. It's kind of cool. So and everything all set up here. If there's anybody on yet, it looks like there's two people on. Holy cow! How do we get 10 thumbs up with only two people on? Pretty cool.
Maybe there was people before that already came
People
on.
waiting for us.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of stuff today. There was a veterans wall for the Vietnam vets and the war on terrorism wall up, and we got to see that today. And can you hear us? No, we got 12
Check.
thumbs up.
Yeah, it's on. You can see the thing at the
Oh,
bottom.
okay. And so we did that this morning, and then we went over here at Destination Daytona. They're having the civilian skills competition, so that's kind of cool. We actually got to meet Troy. I think his name was Troy. He was the shop. What do you call it? Crop pilot, and that's what he's the one that started it for the civilians. He saw it and went to all the police ones and wanted to learn how to do it himself. And so at the civilian ones, they said very seldom do you get a cop there, but a few of them they do have. So I see a bunch of people on. Looks like Ken Hudson. I put my glasses on because I can't see that far. I don't know if I can still see it. Ken's on. He says, "Hey from New Hampshire." Stanley's on. How's it going? We're doing good. It's nice and warm down here. So, any of you that are cold up there up north, come on down here for Daytona Bike Week because it'll be nice down here. Stanley's on from Texas and Dallas. He said that part. There you go. And Dallas is on. Our old friend, our old buddy Dallas, that I need to meet one of these days. We did get to meet Richard. We've been trying to get up with him. Mohawk Mike's on. I don't even need to look at his name because I see the what's up. Mike's on. I don't even. And Sharon's on. Says they're stuck in Kentucky. Oh my gosh! Did you guys get the snow? So hopefully, wherever you're at, you can make your way down here. Mohawk Mike was on the very beginning. I see it says hi everybody.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get it on Facebook for you guys. We were planning on doing something else, but we talked way too long, and today's been very, very hectic. You're not saying today wasn't hectic?
No, you said it took too long. Somebody was talking too long.
And so we started out bright and early this morning. And by 8 o'clock, we were down where they did the Veterans Wall. If you went on Facebook, I posted a few pictures there to kind of show you what that was. We did a lot of video on that, and that'll come up sometime next week. I'm not sure when I'm going to get that up. So we wanted to get that up, and that'll come up. So we met a lot of new people there, and one of our subscribers told us all about it, and we wanted to get there. And you took a picture of him, too.
Of who?
Of the guy that we met. The guy.
Oh, yeah, I did. Daytona names. Dave.
Yeah, that's it. Daytona Dave. I know if I heard it, I'd know him. And so, yeah. So,
see, if something ever happens to me,
I'm dying first. It'll be the TAM show. Shove an urn there with me in it.
I'll have to take a full size cutout and just have him sitting there. And I really have to do all the talking.
Yeah. So,
Charles was on.
Really hectic today. We did that. That took to about 12:30. Thought it was going to start at 11. Then we seen 11:30, and then we got there. But they had bagpipes, all kinds of neat stuff. So that's going to be a really neat video. It's honoring Vietnam veterans. That's there's not very many World War II vets anymore. And
we did get to talk to a gentleman from the Korean War, and he was a crack up. He came to me later and he says, "Hey, ask me if I have if that's my crash helmet." And I said, "All right, is that your crash helmet?" And he says, "I hope not." And he ran off, and I'm like, I don't know. He was like 80,
he was funny.
80-something years old.
I guess he was funny, but it was okay. So we got a few interviews there, and that'll be coming up soon. But I mean, Daytona here is starting to come alive. Some of the neat things, if you guys are coming down to Daytona, is especially around Ormond Beach and down on Main Street, all these cities got together and kind of got on these businesses that only come in here for the rallies and things like that, and kind of not really put the law down on them, but said, here's what you need to do. You need to fix this crap up and make it look decent. So all the bars along down in Ormond Beach, the Iron Horse, the Beaver Bar, not Full Throttle,
Broken Spoke, Boot Hill.
all of them are
Hog
doing,
Pen.
they're all painting and they're cleaning it all up. And it's the Iron Horse actually built a new bar. They got behind the main bar, the building, they're building a horseshoe bar, which you can put more people around it. They put a new edging around where they can put tables and people can stand and there'll be places to put your drink. So that's really exciting.
Yep.
It's kind of neat that they're fixing up. We haven't had a chance to talk to any of them yet.
Tomorrow, is it tomorrow maybe, or was it supposed to be today? It's supposed to be today. We're supposed to talk to Jay from the Broken Spoke. Oops.
Yeah, but when we
My
drove
bad.
by the Broken Spoke, there was nobody there. The gates were closed. Even.
No.
I guess they don't work on Saturdays. So tomorrow we're
I'm
going to go.
pretty sure that's what he said
If you're
today.
watching and you're out here already, tomorrow morning, probably around 8:00, we're going to be going to the Beaver Bar. We're working on a video on good places to eat in the Daytona area. And every Sunday, it actually started a couple weeks ago. Every Sunday for $5, you can go there and have a breakfast on Sundays only.
At the Beaver Bar.
Yep, and we're going to go there, and we'll highlight that tomorrow. And that won't be on the video now. We're trying to get all of our restaurants. We only got 2 down, I think, at film so far. We got about 4 or 5 we need to go in front of. We were trying to meet with the people, but it's.
So Stanley Smith wanted to know what's replacing the Ormond Crab House. Don't know.
Don't know where the Army
Find that out
is
for
at.
you. So I guess they must have been. Oh, Reppink's on. Brian Braden's on. He's from Central Valley, California. Charles is on. Hey there, Charles. Sean said no. So I guess they don't have any, no snow, just cold weather, or stuck there because of work.
My
I don't know.
Facebook's not. My link didn't come up.
No, I don't know. Dallas says his brother's coming down here next week. He's with the Tennessee Faith Riders. He's the state chaplain.
Okay, so any of you that would rather be on Facebook, I put the link there. Actually, this is better for us because you're actually watching it through YouTube than watching it.
We get more brownie points.
But I think they're still not going to know who you are if you log in that way. But it's on there. But we can't bring the names up. We just wanted to do YouTube today because what my idea was is I got this new switcher and we wanted to try it out today, but we didn't. We didn't even eat lunch till like 30 minutes ago.
We went to Colt's Pig Stand. Good stuff.
And so we're actually here. It's just past 3:00, depending on where you are in the United States. If you're out there in California, what is it, 11 o'clock or
1.
noon? No, that's it. Back home, it's 1.
Oh, back home it's 1. So I guess it must be noon in California.
So we
those
wanted to come
people
on.
are just getting out of bed.
We weren't going to do it an evening one because J&P Cycles here closes at 6. And then the Harley dealer, same thing. They're not open late on Saturdays. So we've got, a lot of these other YouTubers are going out here and having, they're going to be doing their meet and greets out front instead of, and I say, hey, screw those guys. We're going to go one step higher. We're going to go to the main boss here. We're going to be in JP Cycles because all these guys that are right out in front of JP Cycles, they're going to have their meet and greet. All their sales come through here. So, this is the main place to be, and that's what we want. We want to give you guys the real show, not the guys out front, which we do talk to the guys out front, but we're not going to do a live from there. We're not going to do a meet and greet out there.
We've got some really cool interviews coming up, thanks to John from JP Cycles.
And that's what it pays to have our connections. And so, we got some really great stuff. You didn't bring your book in to talk about some of our.
Shoot, I had, some of it's on my phone.
That,
we're gonna tell them about what we're gonna do between Daytona and
we've got
Panama
some
City.
Really exciting stuff. If you like to win prizes, this is the place to be. There's guys giving stuff away just to show you what our grant. I got to first look and see what the current price is. So you have to wait till she gets done. What we're going to be doing is we're going to have a drawing for some great prizes from our vendors, just like here at J&P Cycles. We're going to have a gift certificate from there that we're going to be giving away. We got some stuff for Sturgis we're going to be giving away. We got a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to be lining up this week. We're going to have some bug slides on there, and we got a few other vendors that we're going to be talking to, and we're going to have a whole bunch of neat stuff that we're going to give away right after Daytona. Because some of the things that's in Sturgis, we got to give it to you right away. So I can't wait till the end of the season and Sturgis is over. It won't do you any good to have this. So we want to do it right away. And so it's going to be really neat. So some of the stuff that we're going to give away, you're going to be required to be going to Sturgis.
You have to be going to Sturgis.
And if you're not going to go to Sturgis, that's just for the one prize so far. Now, there may be a stipulation on some of these other ones, but I think the other ones isn't going to make a difference. And most of them can mail you the stuff. So we'll see how it all goes. We'll know a little bit more as we go through the rally here. We'll be talking a little bit more about our great giveaway that's going to happen next month. So it's going to be in March. Probably the end of March will be this great giveaway. And it'll be a chance for you guys and gals to have an opportunity to win some of these great prizes. People always say, what are you guys getting out of this? There's so many of these other vendors, so many of these other YouTubers are out here being paid to sell products. And you see all those, and you can see that when you guys are going out there every single week and putting more products up, they're not being paid, but what they're doing is there's a link there, and if you buy it from them, and so they're making money off of that. Well, we'd rather go the other step, giving you the stuff. So that's what we're doing. Is all of our vendors that we've dealt with, they've always been upfront with us saying, what do you guys want? What do you want? Well, we also want to do some stuff with our veteran bikes, which will be next year. But at this point, this is what we want. We want them all to step up and give us some great gifts to give away to you guys. And so that's what's going to be neat. So we'll probably have some neat stuff. Plus, we're going to have some more neat stuff when we get back from churches. I have a bunch of stuff that we've collected to give away, but kind of like the first time we did it. But this is going to be great prizes. It's going to be like a gift certificate from here, and we'll have maybe some oil changes and cup holders and all kinds of neat stuff. And I don't want to say a whole lot because we haven't talked to all those people yet. And I don't want them to say, what? I'm giving away what? And I haven't asked them yet. And so we're going to be talking all through this in March. We're going to be talking constantly about these vendors because they're giving you something for free. So we want to make sure that you know who these people are. And if you've been watching our channel, you're going to know who these people are because these are our vendors. And somebody told us the other day that I just met, if you're new to our channel and you don't know, we guarantee all the products of all of the vendors that we have on our channel.
That we represent.
That's right. Because just like here at J&P Cycles, anything you buy from J&P Cycles and you're a subscriber from us and you're not happy with the issue, what we become is the mediator for you. Now, we've owned businesses. I used to be in the automotive business. So you've got to have a legitimate, like I was just talking to the boss here a while ago. And I said, if there's, somebody calls me up and says, I bought a stereo from J&P Cycles 6 years ago and now it doesn't work. Well, dude, you got 6 years out of it. What do you want? Maybe I can get you a discount on a new one, but you're not going to get a free one after 6 years. But I mean, if you bought something and, and sometimes that happens, it's just even like some of our Harley dealers that we did, somebody had a problem with an engine on a used bike and ended up being, it was like 3 years ago. So it wasn't during the time we had a YouTube channel. But when I called up the dealership and told them, luckily one of you had your real name down. So I could call them up and say, hey, Joe Schmuck bought a bike from your dealership in this year. Give me a minute. He punched it all up. He says, yeah, I see that. So I told him what the instance was. And he's like, we should have took care of that. He says, let me look. Oh, service writer's still here. We're going to have a talk with him. So it's a learning thing. I couldn't do much for a guy from 3 years ago, but something that you, so that's what I said. We've never even, so up to this moment, we haven't got any complaints from any of you about any of the people that we recommend and highly recommend. So that's great. And that's why we pick the people that we do, because we want you to have the best of the best.
It's people that we've dealt with and we know that they're reputable. And I'm sure there are many other reputable dealers out there, but we just haven't done business with them. So it's not to say that these are the only ones, but they're the ones we recommend because we do a lot of business with them. So Greg, safe travels. He says he's leaving on Friday to come down here for Daytona.
We got a lot of you coming. I see on you guys putting comments down. It's like, I'll be out on the 5th. I'll be there on the 6th. You guys have to find us. Cam's going to talk about it real soon. We got a rough list of what we're going to do so far, but we haven't finalized everything yet. But the 12th is crazy. You're going to have to be Saturday. Hopping with us, because if you want to keep up with us, we're going to be on the go just a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit here because there's so much stuff going on.
Kind of like what we did today a little bit. I don't know.
Not quite as well. Today we only did 3 stops.
I know. Michael wanted to know where the Beaver Bar is. It's
right down the street.
Right.
It's probably about 2 miles, 3 miles.
Between Main Street, Daytona, and Ormond.
It's right across Daytona. The Beaver Bar and the Iron Horse are almost cut across. All the Ormond Beach bars are all there together. So it's, if you're coming from Daytona, it's on the right-hand side, the Beaver Bar. She's got banners up, and it's
can't miss it.
Yeah, she's open every day too. Well, it says only Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but I guess we didn't get here till Thursday. So
yeah, I don't know.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Brian says say hi to Bob Bennett. I don't know who Bob Bennett is, but hi, Bob.
Tell us who that is, and we'll go find him.
And Dallas said he got 3rd place for Employee of the Month at the Piggly Wiggly.
There you go. Congratulations.
Busy said Mike Beaver's across from the Iron Horse side of the street, as same side as Broken Spoke. That's right. That's correct. Ken Hudson said only 103 days till Laconia Bike Week, the oldest rally, 99th year this year.
Yep. And we're if
planning
all
on it.
goes right, everything's set up. But what we got to be concerned about today is gas prices. If this gas price is now, somebody told us yesterday, I talked to somebody and said, oh, they got yesterday morning, oh, New York's prices jumped $2. Well, I got on Gas Buddy and I looked around, and even California's the same price, still right around the $4.50, $5 mark. So nobody's at this moment has jumped. Not saying that it's not. Well, that's the point that we have to look at. It costs us about $1,200 to get here just in gas. So if gas would double in price, we couldn't justify $2,500 to go to Laconia. We don't know where we'll pull the plug at. We probably definitely would finish our rallies here in Florida, but I don't even know if we would be going to Myrtle Beach for sure yet. But we will. That's all depends on the gas and what's going on and things like that. We're definitely going to do Sturgis. There won't be no doubt about that, no matter what the price of gas is. If I even had to fly up there, rent a bike, it would be cheaper probably. But I mean, somebody said the airline tickets. Somebody just the other day said they bought 30 days ago. I don't know what state they were in. Maybe they're flying from Georgia. But it only cost them $90 to fly to Daytona. And they looked yesterday or something for it. It's $250 now one way from Georgia or someplace. Like, it was close. And so, yes, that's, all we're going to see all this with all the stuff that's going on in the world crazy right now. I don't know what's going on. So we just have to be patient and see how this all works out. And hopefully gas won't get too crazy. Right now, what we're doing is I got to do it yet today. Every other day, we're running up the Buc-ee's and we're topping the gas off the truck. Right now, still the diesel's $3.56. At least it was yesterday. I don't know what it is today. And so we're trying to keep the truck topped off, because once rally starts, well, next week it's supposed to rain Monday. And after that, it's not supposed to rain anymore. Not supposed to. It's Florida. And so then we're going to be on the bike and be riding that. I got to find the battery charger, the tender. It's somewhere in the back of the truck. I got to dig that out, hopefully today.
My fault again. I put it in the back of the truck. It
should have been in the trailer. I thought it was in the front of the thought it was in the front of the trailer, but it wasn't. I thought maybe it was in my bucket, but it wasn't in my bucket. So I'm still looking for it. So I got to charge that up.
Rat Bing says he won't get here till Wednesday the 9th, but he might ride up this Saturday. So have to let us know. I guess is that today?
No, he probably means next Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Because the rally starts next Friday.
The 4th.
So the 4th is the official day that the rally starts. But now here, if you guys watched Destination Daytona the other day, most of her vendors are going to be open here on the 2nd already. So if you want to come in here and get work done, things like that, you can already come early. Now, we didn't talk to Adam. Did he say what day he was going to open? He didn't say he was going to open until the 4th, or did he? The 3rd or the 4th? See, they're different. See, they're over there in Daytona, and it depends on when they issue the permits.
I think he said he wasn't going to be open until the 4th, but he probably will take orders once they get all set up and everything. I think they're getting here Tuesday. They're going to set up Wednesday. Thursday, they'll do some stuff if they can, and then Friday is when they'll 100%, I guess.
And Rick Rack shows up here tomorrow, Sunday, but they won't be doing no work yet. No, but they'll be setting up, and we'll probably come up here and hang out with them a few minutes and stuff. I like talking to their guys. They're really nice, and they give you guys a lot of good information. I watch some of these YouTube channels, and they try to show you how to do stuff and stuff like that. Well, it's really tough to be the videographer that's filming the thing and then also trying to do the work. And I've looked at some of these different training videos and stuff people have, and I think that's the problem. And I think that's why I like to go to somebody like Rick Rack when they're doing different stuff or speeds and talk to them about, the motor work they're doing and stuff like that. And I think that helps you guys when you do that, because it's like, I could go put a set of handlebars on, but how many sets of handlebars have I put on? But you go talk to somebody like Rick Rack that, the guys that put dozens on at every rally, to where they can, hey, here's my trick of doing this, and here's how I do that, and it's like, hey, that's pretty neat. It's and they know that. It's kind of like when whatever job you have, how to. I used to be a gas technician, and we worked for a natural gas company, and I serviced appliances and all that, and learned how to light pilots and do all this different stuff where you got air in the line, how to get that air out without just cracking a line and waiting forever. There's tricks to doing it. Well, you learn that because you do it every single day. So that's one of the things I like to do, which I don't know. That's why I'm trying to get Art to retire. Art should be on. He probably ain't working today. And I wanted him to retire to where we could be doing stuff together. I could work on a bike for a little bit, and he could be filming me, and then he could be doing something, I'm filming him. And then that person's looking more at the, it's hard because we also hear, we don't want to say who it is, but we hear one of the people that have a YouTube channel that does a lot of work, and then they sell their bikes, that a lot of the stuff is loose. There's oil leaks, all kinds of stuff, because it's hard to keep your concentration on how you do work. And then he's been on mechanic. I didn't allow customers nowhere near me. When a customer walked up to me, I stood there. And they're like, "What are you doing?" "I'm waiting for you to leave." Because I can't talk to you and do my job too, because you're going to mess up, you're going to screw up, you're going to do something wrong. I need all my concentration on what I'm doing, not thinking about you or worrying about you getting hit in the head by a exhaust pipe or something because you're standing too close to me or whatever the
Or
case
shutting
is.
the tailgate on your head.
Yeah. So there's different things like that, or you back up and you trip because the guy's right behind you. So that's one of the things that we try to do. And also when I talk to these guys, the installers and stuff, being a mechanic, I know how to stay out of their way and try to get, sometimes you don't see it. If I go up there and put the camera up and they say, "No, I ain't saying nothing." Well, I'm not going to show you that. And because they could be, which it is. We've been at Rick Rex even, and they're one of the guys are having a problem with their job.
That happens.
And we did say something, I think, when I was in Galveston. You guys need to go over there and help him because I think he's over his head in his job that he's doing. And
or sometimes things just don't go right. This is supposed to fit in here and it ain't working. So anyway, Ray B says he'll be down here on the 9th. Rat Ving says the US 1. That's what it's called. We just call it the 1 because we're used to the PCH. Anyway, Mike Bodine says he'll be down here on the 12th. Daytona Dave's on, and he said thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
Today.
He was very grateful to
us. It was
he bought us lunch today.
It was a great event. Yeah, thank you.
We barbecue today.
We ate over there at a Pig's Cult stand. Thank you for lunch. And
we met a lot of neat people there.
SJS was on.
And I love talking to the older veterans. Tam did all the interviews this time because I wanted to really get some. They had the bagpipes, and I really was wanting to get that. When I die, I'd like to have bagpipes. Originally, I wanted a New Orleans wedding, a New Orleans funeral where everybody dances behind the wagon and stuff. I thought that would be neat, but I'm gonna be cremated, so.
And sprinkled in the ocean.
That's right. So I end up. My dream was to always live on the coast,
on the beach.
We got to California, and I never got that close, and now we're moving back the other way. So I don't think it's going to happen. So once I'm dead, she can sprinkle me out there in the ocean, and I'll end up with my CD view. That's an old joke for another day.
Anyway, Dallas says the airplane tickets are fairly reasonable out of Spank International Airport.
Is he flying down?
I don't know. Repping says next Saturday. Okay, yeah, I got it. CONVI Convict Lake 100. They said 365 diesel is in Carson City, Nevada, and across the road in Northern California is 589.
Doesn't surprise me. We're like that too. Where we're at, we got Needles, and Needles is like that. And it's you see all these Californians ride their bikes over, and they stop in Needles and pay like $2 more a gallon. You could go 2 miles over the bridge, probably not even a mile over the bridge, and get it for $2 less from the Indian. We got a new Indian gas station there. That's not too bad. You go into town and get cheaper, but they're not that bad. They're like 10 or 20 cents more than what you buy.
If you're getting right back on the freeway, it's well worth it.
To go to 2 miles,
half a mile drive or 1 mile, whatever.
And it's like everybody, which we were fools once, and we stopped there and got gas, but I got like $10 and got like a gallon. But Art's not on. We could talk about golf where you pay the $5. Now I think it's $10 water. You can't use your bathroom unless you buy a $5 thing of water.
Roberto's on. He said he's bought parts from JMP Cycles. Very happy. Roadkill Ron's on. He said JMP Cycles has always been good to him. He got started from there the other day. Yes, we're still at Sunshine Holiday, Rat Pink. And Stanley, we did meet up with the Ross Myers. Didn't you put that up?
Yeah, that was the very first video. It was the number one of the episodes. That was number one.
We got to talk to Shelley.
And we got some great things going on there. We're going to be, they're going to give us a tour on the 7th of the dealership. You guys can't come to that, but we'll be filming that.
They said you're never going to die.
We're going to, I'm not honoring enough. I'm probably, so the 7th we're going to be, that's Clydesdale. So we're going to be here for the Clydesdales.
Yeah. Oh, they got pulled pork at Bojangles. I went to eat there. Somebody said they had really good chicken. I think it was Shane. Real good fried chicken at Bojangles. So SJS said she just got pulled pork from Bojangles.
We haven't tried that yet.
So
we haven't tried Crystals yet either. We're going to compare that to White Castle. And we'll see. So
you want to hear where we're going to be? Friday, the day it starts, I got nothing down. I don't know what we're going to do that day. Saturday, the 5th, we're going to we'll be at the Sons of Speedway down in New Smyrna. If you want, I don't know if we're going to be there or not. The Dog House is going to have their bikini contest.
And at 8 o'clock at night. Yeah, the goal is to be there. We're also going to try somewhere along the line at also that's the Lanes one day of bike rally. And there's a bar there called the OB something. And we were talking to Willie at Tropical Tattoo. And he was telling us about that. They're having a tattoo contest and stuff. And with Willie being there, we can film all that stuff and be really neat. Willie's a great guy.
Yeah.
If that's my favorite bike show, and he's the greatest guy in the world. And all of his money he makes at that show all goes to veterans. So it's a great cause. The man works like a dog, and he almost got killed 2 years ago.
No, a year ago. I don't even
right?
think it's been a year. I think it was right after Bike Week last
And
year.
that lady ran over him on his motorcycle. And finally, after his second surgery, he looked pretty good today.
Yeah, he
Or
did.
Yesterday we seen him. And really love Willie.
Yeah,
And
he's a great
we're gonna his video will probably come up Monday, talking about his bike show, because that is the bike show that if you're gonna come here, he said there's 14 bike shows coming on. But what's crazy about here is most of them are all those baggers with a loud sound and stuff. If you're running one of those bagger shows, you need to go buy a disc or some flash drives or whatever it is. Everybody plays the same effing song. You can't compare when people play all different kinds of music. You can't rate
Who's the
sound.
best?
And I'm really good with sound. We used to own an entertainment company. That's one of the things I own too. And we dealt with sound, and I'm very particular about that. And I've done some concerts and stuff for different bands and stuff. Don't do it anymore, but used to do it. And so I'm very particular about how things sound. It's kind of like with our YouTube channel. I'm really trying to get our sound to be really good, try to buy better microphones and different things. We're even looking at another camera if things go right. We'll have to see how the rest of this year goes. And so, I don't know, I just lost all my thought.
I don't know. Okay, so Sunday, the 6th, we'll be at the Bike Builders Breakfast here at Destination Daytona at the Harley Davidson dealership.
You can go on to brucerossmyers.com, get tickets. It's $20. We'll be there for the whole breakfast. So if you want to see us, want to meet some great builders, you know, we're not experts
Not
in all
just
these.
us. Go to meet the builders.
We don't build nothing. You can be just like me. I'm not real good at all these builders, who they are and stuff. You know, I've heard of a lot of them, but I've never met them, or I don't read magazines. I don't read their articles or anything like that. But I mean, I know who they are. But so here, if you're like us, you just follow around right behind us, and you can, you know, we have certain people that we go to, and we're like, who do we need to meet? Come over here. We're going to take you over here and show you. And it's great. And we've got a great, that's
Because
probably.
I mean, I was talking to one last year, and he was talking to me and telling me stuff and everything, and we got all done. Somebody says, "Do you know who that was?" That was whoever it was. I don't remember who it was.
Ness, when it was his brother.
Oh yeah, maybe it was Arlen Ness's brother or son. I don't know. And I'm like, I don't
Oh
know.
no, it was the guy that's supposed to be out at the racetrack, Billy.
Oh, Billy Lane.
It was his brother.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, "Holy crap!" I said, "You could talk to Billy Lane too." He's like, "No, they said he just left." We'll get him at the track though. We're gonna talk about that in a minute too. We got that coming up. So if you want to go to the builder breakfast, and you want to put that on your list, because they do sell out. They don't sell. They only put. It's very.
So many. It's very intimate. It's very small. It's really kind of cool because it's not like you're going to be bombarded or never going to get to
Wait in
meet
line.
anybody. Yeah,
Most of these guys are just
really
standing
nice.
around. You walk right up to them, like Rusty Wallace. You know, you go up to Rusty Wallace. He's going to be there, and we'll have another interview with him because we already got that set up. And but I mean, I like NASCAR too. So, but I mean, his son that actually does the bike building and stuff is a really cool guy too.
Okay, so that's Sunday the 6th. So Monday the 7th, we'll be here bright and early in the morning. The Clydesdales are going to be here. She's not eating a chicken bone. We're going to be here for the Clydesdales Monday the 7th. That starts at 10:30. And then we're also going to get to do, with Shelley Rossmeyer, we're going to do a tour of the Harley Davidson dealership like we did out of
Behind the
Redmond.
scenes.
Yeah, so you'll get to see all that. So that's Monday the 7th. I don't have anything else down for that day. So I don't know what we're going to be doing.
So we
in the
still
afternoon.
have, what should I say? This is just tentative. And once we get into next week, Monday and Tuesday, we should have the rest of our agenda for the rest of the week. Not saying something else might not show up. Because we have certain things we know we want to do. Chicken bone, chicken bone. Everybody wants a chicken bone. Now, if you didn't miss it, you got to go back and watch last week's live on Wednesday. We weren't even the entertainment.
No, we weren't.
We had our chicken bone lady.
So Tuesday, we've got a couple interviews going on. And Tuesday night, we're going to be on Main Street in Daytona up on a balcony.
We
So,
got the
special-
Rossmeyers have invited us to their
invitation.
private party but it's going to be past our bedtime. We got to get up there at 9:00. And so we're going to try
That's
to do
when it starts.
if it shouldn't be too bad, we should be able to get our phones on and be able to do a live from up there and show you what it looks like from up top. I don't know who her special guest will be. Maybe there'll be some famous people there. Maybe it's just business people. But I mean, it's neat for us to meet because that's the coolest thing that I like about what we do is the people that we meet and the connections that we meet. Looks like we're also going to have, we'll know Monday, we're going to get to sit down and talk to the sheriff. Just like Sturgis, where we get that good input on, how to keep you guys out of jail, tickets. A lot of this stuff is common sense. We'll talk about that later.
So don't really have anything down for Wednesday yet either. That's the 9th. On the 10th, we'll be at Willie's Tropical Tattoo. That's his bike show. Thursday the 10th.
Now, we don't stay all day because usually there's other things going on that same day, which I don't remember what it is, but we'll only be there till probably like noon or 1 o'clock.
We'll probably get there around 10.
Because they don't judge the bikes till I think he said 3 or 4.
I think they said if you're not there by 2.
Well, here's what it is. Last year, during the spring rally, he had to turn bikes away because he only got so much room on his property to put bikes.
It's not a real big bike.
This year, I'm telling you, this is going to be the biggest Daytona bike week ever. And mark my words, it will be. Things have been sold out here for over 2 months. Sturgis isn't even going to be as busy as what this is right now. So we'll see how it all rolls in. Like I say, bikes are already starting to roll in today. We're starting to see.
There was a big old chopper this morning. He hurried up and grabbed the camera, and then he put it down. I said,
he turned
"What are you going to film?" And he says, "Well, they turned into Destination Daytona."
It was kind of like one of those OCC choppers, and I want to just film it and give you guys a. But I mean, there's probably a couple hundred bikes out here already.
So on Friday the 11th, I don't have anything down yet. I'm sure there's something we're supposed to be doing, but I don't have it on my calendar. And then Saturday the 12th,
everything's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. We'll definitely be at the doghouse for the midget wrestling, and that's supposed to start at 4.
And we're gonna be meeting with her later on. We tried to go the other day, and she had a lot of bad things happen to her.
It was a crazy day for her. So
we were supposed to just wait around, and we waited, and we finally said, we got to go. And I contacted her back through the email, and she apologized and said she would set up another time for us to come and talk about the doghouse. We have stopped at a couple other places. We stopped at First Turn. That's a big event. A lot of people do there. That's one of the older bars around here, biker bars. Nobody's called us back from there. We're not going back. If they want to contact us, they've got our phone number now, and if not, we don't have time for them. We've got so much other stuff. We're going out, I think Monday or Tuesday, we're going to go out to Fast Lane. They're going to be they'll have the wooden bike together, and we'll talk a little bit about that and the flea market and stuff. They have the big bike swap out there.
Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for parts or you're coming down and you got a bike at home, you put it back together, that's a good place to go to try to pick up some parts.
We didn't make it there last year during the swap meet. We're going to try to get out there. We're probably not going to go see the burning bike this year. We've seen it last year. We're trying to do some things this year that we didn't do last year. But like I say, we'd like to go out there during the day and just look at their flea market and stuff and see what kind of bike parts they have and stuff. And, by the time you guys see it, well, if we put it out every day, because the goal is to stay like what we have been doing, is putting out the same video every day. Now, I haven't been doing that at this moment, but not everything's live right now. So we're not, like the one we just put out yesterday was from the day before, which was Hard Rock. And they got a lot of really neat things. That might be, if we don't have nothing to do Monday night, I might go, or it's Monday or Friday, the AC/DC tribute band. It does cost. I got to check and see what it costs to get in there. But they're also going to have that bike show with the girls, and it's called the Big Wheel. They're not big girls. It's big wheel on the bike.
They're the ones that have those big, giant, I don't know, what are they, 30-inch rims or something?
24-inch or something.
Whatever, they're big. Oh, look at there. Oh, Richard Brooks. We got to meet Richard. You weren't on earlier. I told everybody we got to meet you.
Yeah.
James said hi. And Blackpink says that First Turn, they have a parade there. We'll have to check it out and see. I don't know. Yeah,
unless you know somebody there. Now, we're waiting for him to come in town because he wants to go with us to Last Resort. And after I looked at Last Resort, we drove by it the other day. It's not good to stop with my truck. I better only go on there with my motorcycle. It looks like a motorcycle bar.
Well, we've never seen that movie. And I said, it's on Netflix if you want to watch it. I know.
And, but Matt Fink was talking about it, so we might wait for him and
go down there with him.
Yeah.
He can show us.
And it looks like a biker bar.
Come out in one piece.
It looks like a biker bar. I'm not really worried.
But. Michael said, "Oh, okay." Michael, it's SPIAK. He said he met us at the 3-wheel rally in Deadwood, and at Uncle Louie's. Okay, and we'll see you in Sturgis, if not Sturgis. We'll see you in Daytona, if not Sturgis.
And we're hoping to. We're probably going to cover the 3-wheel rally this year, but we'll only do one day. And we'll have to call the promoter and see what it is, because we're going to be over in Rapid City, hopefully, staying over there.
Haven't booked it yet. You got to wait till a certain day.
If not, we'll be at the Buffalo Chip. But I was wanting to be over there so we could do all of our rides and all that and have it all set up so when you guys arrive, that stuff will be ready. Will already be coming out.
Roy Jenkins said, "Get the Crystals chicks." So I guess that must be their chicken sandwich, huh?
Oh, crystals.
Yeah. And then Dallas said he's in the doghouse with Rep Mink. Oh my gosh. And they all said hi to Richard. Yeah, we got to meet Richard. He was on Facebook. I put a picture of
Yeah.
us up there.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to get a hold of him since, I think, Fall Rally at Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. I think he was gone when we were there or
And
something.
then we're there
and
and
it's
he's
tough,
there.
and we're going to do our best this year here to try to tell you, like I say, before the rally starts, we'll come on with a live or on one of the videos, and we'll show you where we're going to be each day. You need to write it down, but there's no guarantee how long we stay someplace, because once I've got to get back. The goal is to get back and edit around 3 o'clock, have that video out that same day, and then come back out for a few hours at night, and then get back and start it all up the next day again. And so we'll see how it all goes. Because we're staying at now, we have limited electricity. We have 110, can't run the air and stuff unless I run the generators. So we don't know yet how. Hopefully it won't be super hot.
I know, poor Charlie dog.
So I really don't want to run the generators. We're not there, but we got fans and windows and stuff. We said you could stay out in the backyard. He's never stayed outside by himself. I don't know.
When we had 10 dogs, no, we only had 5. But when we had 5 dogs, he was outside with all of them. But yeah, he's much more happier being an inside dog. But I don't know if it's hot. And well, they said they used to not board dogs, but they used to dog sit a lot. So that's why they said it's all fenced in and everything. So I don't know.
I know. We'll see how it all goes.
If he takes up with it, which he likes anybody that'll pet him. So.
But he goes to the rally the whole time. So
I mean, well, his wife I think stays at home.
Does she?
Yeah, she doesn't like to go down. She'll go down on the evening.
Well, she might like Charlie.
Yeah,
you might want to keep Charlie in the house. A lot of people like Charlie. Once people get him,
we've had a few people offer to keep him, and I'm like, so Richard Book says, "Hi Pat, and what's a 3-wheel rally? Is it sponsored by a retirement home?"
No, but what we did with that was last year we did it. We got invited last year to the 3-wheel rally, and it's in Deadwood. It's about 2 weeks before.
No, was it June,
Sturgis.
wasn't it? Or was it July?
July. Because what it was is it was in the
16th.
middle of the week, and then that next weekend is when we went to the one that this place sponsors.
Oh, the
Revzilla. And we did that the next weekend. So this is always in the middle of the week to save money.
I think it was July 11th through the 16th, something like that.
So we were there, and we'll probably be there during that time again this year. That's the hope, and that's the plan. So the idea is what they do there is, because people said, why are these people all riding? Now there was a lot more like Spiders and Can-Ams than there was 3-wheel motorcycles. And so a couple of you guys asked, ask these people why they bought that. Well, probably 85% of the people all rode motorcycles before, and now they've got issues. They got bad hips, they got bad legs, they can't hold the bike up anymore. They can't,
older.
And that's why they still wanted the closest thing to still ride a motorcycle versus, getting a convertible or something like that. They got a 3-wheeler. So now we did meet a few younger people that had never rode a motorcycle, didn't even know what a motorcycle was. They've only rode a Can-Am, or they had a Vanderbilt or whatever it might be. But used to be, I think it's the 7th or 8th year they've done this. And what they do, they go on a bunch of rides, and they have
They do a lot of neat stuff with them.
Yeah, and it's small. They only had a handful of vendors there. Adam Amsoil went out there last year.
Chubby Cups was there.
Yeah, Chubby Cups was there. I don't know how many of them will come back, because what was bad about it was once they went on a ride, there was nobody there. So they sat around all day long just twiddling their thumbs, watching the life go by, and we did that too. And that's why I go, okay, we went on one ride with them, but the rest of them we just didn't want to go with them because we already had things.
Well, I guess it was what was it? Some sort of tribute. Veterans tribute was coming across the country, and they were going to stop there, and they were going to do a ride with them. And they said, okay, we're going to leave kickstands up. Well, we're used to kickstands up at 10 o'clock. So we get down there. It's about between 9:30, 10. And it's like, where's everybody at? And they're like, oh, they left like 20 minutes ago.
And it ended up being, it was just 2 guys that were riding across the country that were veterans.
But I mean, it's still cool. We
did catch up to them.
Yes, we did.
And we filmed a little bit of that. We didn't go on the ride with them because it was actually Spearfish Canyon they were riding on, and we've already done that. Well, actually, I think we did follow them.
Yeah, I did.
But we already had a setup that we were doing with you guys. We invited you to come out with us on a Spearfish Canyon ride.
So Paul Power's on it. It's his first time here. So welcome,
thank you.
Paul.
Welcome to our channel. It's all mostly about motorcycle rallies. We're all about what our channel is all about is giving you good information. And that's one of the things that I find when we've gone to rallies in the past is you never really knew what the hell was going on. You either went like Sturgis was our first big rally. We've done some in California and the Laughlin River Run. We did that for like 15 years straight. So we've gone to small rallies, but nothing big. So it's like you go to Laughlin Rally, everything's right there in Laughlin. It's like Galveston. Galveston, everything's in Galveston. There's really not. There's one guy that rents out a
campground.
No, it's not a campground. It's a state park.
No.
I think is what it is.
Or
State park, city fairgrounds. Yeah, and he has like biker games that he does out there. We don't really film a lot of that.
And it supposedly gets kind of crazy out there.
Yeah. So we didn't make it out there. He invited us to come out, but we didn't make it in Galveston. There's just too much other stuff going on. But you go to Sturgis or you come here to Daytona, there's stuff going on all over the place. And it's really hard to find out what's going on when and where. Because, Destination Daytona is all about Destination Daytona. They're going to tell you everything that's going on here. And Fastlane and the Iron Horse and Broken Spoke are kind of the same place. They're owned by co-owners of own both places. So it's kind of the same place and same owners. And so then you go to the Beaver Bar. She owns all the Beaver Bars. She's got the one that's in Myrtle Beach. She's got the one that's out in Sturgis. So you can kind of, they all tell you about their events and don't tell you about nothing else. And Harley, out in Sturgis, they've got all their events going on and stuff going on. So it's really hard.
So what we try to do is tie it all together for you.
And try to show you, hey, here's some things to do. Here's some places to eat. Like we're going to do a video probably tomorrow. Well, probably might be still light when we leave. We got a couple more restaurants we want to hit. And then that video I want to get out. We maybe end up doing on some of these days. We may have a couple videos come out on the same day, a morning and an afternoon.
We're not going to have a video come out today because we're doing a live.
Yeah. And so what we've got coming up is we toured the inside of the Hard Rock. We've seen the video the other day. Now, that's a neat place. We did do one in Las Vegas years ago when we were younger. They had a lazy river and they called it rehab party.
On Sundays.
And we wanted to do it before we got too old. So we did it when we were in our 40s. And everybody there is pretty much in their 20s. And but it gets wild. And we wanted to experience that before it was too old to say we shouldn't be there anymore. And so we went to, and it's not there anymore. They got bought out. They got tore down.
Yes,
and they put the Virgin company built a big old spread there, which might get a tour there someday. We know a guy that works there. Mm-hmm. And we'll see how that goes. But it's really neat. They've got stuff there planned for like the kids. They've got the entertainment. They got some really great stuff. And it's not a casino. There's no gambling on there, but it's right on the beach. You got the private beach. But if you want to stay there next year, you got to book it like now to get next year in because they're completely sold out. She said she's usually sold out within 30 days after the rally. They're sold out for the next year's rally. That's how popular the place is. And it's a neat hotel. I know it's not like a motorcycle thing that we're going to be showing you, but she takes us around and shows us the spa and the bars and the restaurants that's there, the pools. But it's kid friendly. They even got a place you can dump your kids off every day for 3 hours and they take care of them for you. And you go out and do whatever you want. Have a night out by yourself.
Well, I think it's a 3 hour.
Yeah, it is a 3 hour window. 3 hour cruise. They're going out on Gilligan's Island.
So Paul says a friend of his told us about his, and he rides a Harley, but he rides a Goldwing. He says, "Who cares? A bike's a bike." That's right.
We used to have Goldwing.
Wind therapy. So as long as even the 3-wheelers, it's like some of us just can't ride a 2-wheeler anymore, and whatever. As long as you got the wind in your face, that's all that matters.
And as I said, we're not here to judge anybody. And there's a lot of people. Well, when I was talking to actually our Harley dealer in Las Vegas is our hometown dealers, and we talked to him, and he says, if you really go back and talk to most Harley riders, they own something else before they rode a Harley. And it's like us. I rode a Honda. I've had a Honda since, I guess, 1974 is when I got my first Honda. And I had it till 2 years when we moved into California. Had the Goldwing.
No.
The year we moved to California. That's why I bought
2002.
the Goldwing. Okay, so 2 and 3. Probably I had it at least a year or two. So till 2003, from 74 to 2003.
No, 2007. That's when you got your first Harley.
So all that time, I had Hondas. Now, I've rode a lot of other bikes. Mostly, I rode some Yamahas, some Kawasaki, some things like that. I never had really, I always had a lot of friends that had Harleys. And that's kind of why I wanted to get one. But then we rented one. Actually, if you go back and look at that was a picture of our first Harley we bought that showed when we were younger. And we actually have a picture that I was going to post. Got a leather jacket on and nothing on underneath it. And she hasn't said yet if I could put that picture up yet. And but that's a rental bike that we rented in California and rode the coast and all that kind of stuff. Not showing anything. It's just there's nothing on underneath her jacket. It was a little younger.
They said, John B says, dumping the kids for 3 hours sounds awesome.
That's right. Because that's what I said. Because most people would always tell you, really, a rally is not a place for kids. Because there's things going on that maybe they shouldn't see. Daytona is probably a little different here because you got the beach and, you got families that are here. It's not the same as like going to Sturgis.
Going to Bomatron.
Or Galveston. Some of these other rallies, Myrtle Beach. I would not take my kids anywhere near Suck Bang Blow. I wouldn't take them anywhere down by the Beaver Bar. None of that stuff. None of that is kid friendly. And we're going to see way too much and hear too much stuff that they don't need to hear. But here it's Daytona. It's got, you got a little bit of a family, and Panama City's kind of like that too. But Panama City to me is more older clientele too, because you got mostly it's bars and stuff like that, Sharkies and Hammerhead Freds and stuff like that.
Miss Newbies.
Yeah, really. No Miss Newbies. You don't know little kids that Miss Newbies. There's always some fool pushing a stroller around. It's like Sturgis. They'd be down a rock street. It's like going down to New Orleans and pushing a stroller down Bourbon Street. It's like, dude, what are you? This isn't for young kids to be on Bourbon Street.
Anyway, so Richard wanted to know if I could do our schedule again. I'll tell you what I'll do. At the end of this, in the regular comments, I'll put down our tentative schedule, what we've got left.
And she'll pin it.
Yeah, and I'll pin it. And then that way it'll be the first comment. So you guys can go back and look at that. And none of that's written in stone. This is where we're planning on being.
We're trying to give you just a little bit of a heads up. If you're coming, you can kind of get an idea. Because there's still things that we want to do. Like, for instance, we don't know when the police chief's going to set up when we get to talk to the sheriff.
Hopefully early next week.
Yeah, well, hopefully not too much because we got things already going on Monday. I think we're already meeting with some people Monday morning, aren't we? So we're hoping that we get all that. So we'll see how it all goes. But as we get closer, hopefully by Tuesday of next week, we'll have everything. 'Cause we'd like to go and see Hairball, at least a couple hours of Hairball before they're going to be over at the
Broken Spokes.
And that'll be during the week. Because we're definitely not going to go on Saturdays for that. We're definitely going to be down there at the racetrack for the antique bikes.
Sons of Speed.
Yes, Sons of Speed. That's out in
New Smyrna.
Yep. So we're going to be out there.
We'll be at Tropical Willie's. That's a for sure thing.
Yep. So those two things for sure. But if you're going to go to Tropical Willie's and show up like at 4:00 when they have
we won't be there.
Yeah, we've done gone by then.
We'll probably get there around 10:30.
And then we usually leave by noon, 1:00, head out for lunch, and then that ends. We don't need to see who the winners are. That's just the way it is. We show you the bikes. We talk to some of the people. And when you get there earlier in the morning as the guys bring the bikes in, it's easier to talk to them because they're with their bike. Once they do that, they walk away, and it's like you walk up to somebody and go, "Oh, is that your bike?" "No, I'm just looking at it." "Okay, thanks. Goodbye."
It's hard to find
owners. We don't want to talk to you. And so, and we want to go out to...
Unless you're one of our subscribers.
Yeah, that's different. And, we still want to go out and spend a day maybe out at Cackleberry. They've got the Mechanical Bowl. I think it's like Thursday or something. One of the nights, afternoon or something, they've got that going on. We're not doing the slaw wrestling this year. We did it last year. Done and seen it. Same girls. I don't need to see it again. Just not going to do it. We're definitely doing the midget wrestling. We'll probably be for the midget wrestling. We'll probably be there the whole time we're in midget wrestling. Everybody seems to really like that. This isn't the same group that we had
in Panama City,
which I think are better. But we'll see. We only seen one match. Well, I didn't see anything. I seen it on video after it was recorded. So
they were really nice because I got to talk to them a bunch before.
Yeah.
But
so which it was, and they all like free publicity. And but this other group is going to be down here in Florida during it. I don't know if we can get into one of their shows and film them guys or not. I don't know if they'll remember us or not. The other midgets that they're down here in Florida.
I'm friends with them on Instagram.
They're friends. Our friends live over by Tampa, and there's somewhere along the line I seen on their schedule they're going to be over there, but they're not doing Panama City Beach, which they did last year. I don't know
they're
why.
not doing it.
They're not on the schedule.
Well, they did the fall. They didn't do the spring.
Maybe, and we're not coming back for the fall.
But maybe we can catch
Caught
up
up on your announcements.
Yep. Hey, Wade said, hi, Bob and Tam, and Pating. You didn't say Pating.
No, we actually not been doing that much on the interview videos. It's just
Now we got
too
the
much
Pating
stuff.
patches, and he does not saying it anymore. So
I forget because there's just so much stuff going on, and we're trying to think ahead, trying to figure out what we want to do. Because I wanted to really do here is spend about a week before this started and put a bunch of highlight videos, so we started getting people to start watching the videos. The videos are starting to come up a little bit at least, but I mean it's not where we should be. We should be getting 3,000 to 5,000 views before the rally starts, and then hit no telling what we get after that. Hopefully, we get the police chief. That usually always does a good video. And I did find somebody did correct me on the police one we did, and nobody said anything about it. But I had over 100,000 views on the police chief, and there's 3 words that I spelled wrong. I spelled helmets with an N.
helmets.
I don't know, but there's something else I spelled wrong, and I told the guy, sorry. But see, what I do with most of this stuff is I don't even watch usually my edit because I don't have enough time. Because I edit it, first I got to download all this in the computer. Then I got to open it up. I got to put it in lines. I got to edit it. If I got to put music, if they got music in the background, I got to put music on top of that. I got to go find the music, put that in there. And so I do all that. And once I get it all edited, it usually takes me an hour or more to do. Because now this year's going to be different, but we try to shoot just what I think I'm going to put in the video and not all the extra stuff. This year we're going to do that, but I'm going to try to do it with different cameras because we want to get a lot of B-roll for future videos. And so the stuff that you won't, because the highlights now I show you, a lot of it you may already have seen if you watch our channel a lot. So we want to shoot a lot more B-roll, they call that. And so then after that, I got to finalize it. If I use the Apple computer, it does finalize a lot quicker. And then I've got to send it to YouTube. Depending on how long it takes them to send it up there, and could be as quickly as 10 or 15 minutes, or it could be an hour or 2 hours, depending on how many other people are trying to upload their millions of videos to YouTube. Then after that, then we're done. Then I can post it and say, go with it, and it's done.
What they say YouTube gets like, what is it, over 1 million uploads of videos per hour.
Yeah. So there's a lot. Normally during the day, I don't do too bad with uploading videos, or early in the morning, it's not too bad. It's usually in the evening. It's like what it is. Everybody comes home from work or wherever they're at, and they're uploading their videos or whatever, and it gets pretty bogged down. So we did it all during the fall rally, and it worked out pretty well. So we're going to try to do it again this year here, starting off, and try to do the same thing to where we can give you same content every single day. You're seeing what's new that day. And we got other things set up. We're going to be talking to 160 Biker Chick. I don't know if we're supposed to stop by there today or not. And talk to her, and we're going to try to get all her videos done before the rally ever starts.
If she wants to do like a shirt of the day or something like that.
And then we'll have those already done. So we won't have to go down there and spend that time there, which will save us a little bit of time.
Because it's hard for her too, because we like to do it first thing in the morning. And if she's had a late night, sometimes they're open till 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And then, we're down there at 9:30 saying, hello, come on, let's go.
And she's still getting ready, and she's got to put her face on and put the right clothes on and figure out what she wants to sell and what's special. So we're thinking about this, and her staff was there yesterday and said, that sounds like a great idea. I'll tell her about it. And then her mom had a birthday party.
That's
so
right.
They were with her. So pretty good.
John B wants to know if you've ever been on a bull. They're talking about the bull.
No mechanical bull. I don't know if it was you on one. Or if she got on one or not.
I don't think so. If it was a long time.
She was on one of the mechanical.
That thing.
Weren't you on one of those?
No.
I thought she was.
I was.
See? She rode the mechanical. I can't say it because we'll get in trouble with YouTube. Figure that out. She went to one of them parties with a bunch of girls.
Marie
bunch of girls.
And I
rode it together. Double it. So
I
wasn't there.
Oh my goodness. Greg Rose is from Newfoundland. He's on. Hi. What time is it there in Newfoundland?
Welcome. We've had a bunch of people. I had somebody.
That's is that in Canada? That's not overseas. That's just in Canada. Newfoundland?
No. Newfoundland is overseas. Google it.
Where's Newfoundland at? Is it up in Canada or is it over? I'm usually pretty good at geography.
Google it. We had a bunch of people lately from Australia. I had somebody this morning.
Somebody's right in front of us.
Yeah, they left.
Camping.
And his son's all into motorcycles. And they didn't want to tell him that the motorcycle rally starts because they got to go home tomorrow or something. I think their visa runs up and they're going home. But he's going to move back here, his son. He had all these tattoos. You should take a picture of that. Why didn't you?
I don't know. I had the dog, and my dog has not really been.
Pulled her arm out of socket.
Yes, he did, and I've not been very happy.
She's been hurt twice
Canada.
sound
See, I told you I was pretty good at geography. Not saying I'm perfect, but I.
So we've had a lot more foreigners watching our channel because this year actually there's a lot of Germans and all kinds of stuff that are coming over here for the rally for Daytona. And so that's pretty exciting. That's why I said this year is going to be crazy here. Hopefully crazy fun. And it's fun to have a good crowd and stuff. But I mean, it gets kind of old if you're trying to get food or do stuff. But I mean,
when it's crowded.
Yeah. So it's not like Sturgis where, there's only a handful of rides, which tomorrow we got something great we're doing. And it's going to be something neat for you guys. I don't know if he'll go on camera or not. But from what I remember, this gentleman has been retired for, I think, about 40 years or something.
Down here in Florida.
And him and his wife go on a different ride every week. So
And
we're going to
ride
sit
the same place twice.
So we're going to sit down with him tomorrow at lunchtime and at Crackleberry.
No.
Cackle Barrel. Cracker Barrel. That's it. And I'm not going to be able to say Cackleberry anymore.
He's going to say Crackle Barrel.
We're going there to eat lunch tomorrow, and then we're going to sit down with the map with a bunch of highlighters and have him pick out the best 5 rides. Everybody knows about the loop. And we're going to go ride that maybe tomorrow or something. Maybe I'll get the motorcycle out if I get the battery charged up. And we'll go do the loop and film that for you guys. And we filmed a little bit of it last year. I don't know. Do you guys really want to see the whole loop? To me, that's boring. We show you kind of the
It's really pretty, but not very challenging.
Do you want to see an hour ride around the loop? I don't mind doing it, but I don't want to watch somebody else do it. There are a lot of you guys do that, and I don't know. I just don't film all that because I just don't think you guys are really interested. It's easy for me to edit, throw a whole video on, and never have to do anything to it. But
well, if you do want, maybe put the camera in all the 4 different places, and then you can just go from back and forth.
Yeah, and I got four things to download and line them all up, and that's fun too. If you watch the Hard Rock one that a lot of you didn't watch, I did a lot of different camera shoots there. Had to line all that vocal up. I'm using one stream of vocal and 2 cameras. So you got to get it right to where their mouths are moving together when she's asking the question.
I thought, I guess, and then my mouth moves.
It's like those Chinese ones. You used to watch those Japanese movies.
And they put
And he goes over there. What? For the older group here that used to watch those kind of movies.
Yep. They were Chinese movies.
Used to be on Saturdays or Sundays.
Yep.
They used to have it with Charlie Chan and all that.
Labrador is the mainland part of the Providence. Newfoundland is the island part. Okay. But it is in Canada. See, that's what I was thinking. It was just north of.
So is it getting any better up there? We haven't heard so much since all this stuff's going over there in Ukraine. We don't really hear anything about Canada.
I think we're going to kick out your prime minister.
Somebody needs to give him a one-way ride.
I think all of these heads of staff of countries need to be.
Even the one here.
I didn't say. I just said maybe they should all get together in an airplane and
drop them off at somewhere. Gilligan's Island's looking for some help.
I don't know. We'll ship them all to their own island. They can all fight over who's going to be boss. Buried in snow. Oh no, that's not good.
80 degrees today, and if you were to went inland, like in just like the lane, it's like 85 over there. So yes, we were supposed to cool down, but the front never made it down here. It's up here. We're over here. So it's supposed to maybe rain Monday, but we'll see. If everything goes good, knock on cardboard here, and we had to raise the table up because you don't want it looking up our nose.
No,
and
because the table's actually down here.
If it works like last year's rally, we only got rained on maybe 2 or 3 days out of all the rallies we did last
all
year.
15 rallies we went to.
So hopefully we'll have good
15
weather.
days. That was probably a good 15 weeks.
Probably more than that.
Because because some of them.
But it rained before Sturgis. The weekend before the rally started, that weekend it did rain. And
it rained one full day in Myrtle Beach that Wednesday in the middle of the week. It rained all day that day. And I think in Panama it rained a little bit, but not like it did
really
that
hot in Panama last year.
That one year
Last
we
day.
went to Panama. Oh, we got soaked. It downpoured. I don't know how he was riding in it. I couldn't see. I don't know how he was driving. I have
the
no
streets
idea.
were flooded. We camped like 20 miles away.
We were at Mexico Beach.
Yeah. Won't do that again. But it was cheap. And
It
that's
was
what
a
we did.
very nice place to stay, and we were very thankful because we booked in Pensacola for some reason.
You guys need to watch our last live that we had Chase and all them on there from Thunder Beach Productions. Because we're gonna try to get him to put us up at some of these rallies, and because they have property.
So Greg wants to know if we've ever been to Canada Rally. There's one up there, and when
Been to
is it?
Canada, been to Niagara Falls, and we actually rented. Was it a bike we rented? And we rode around, went to that dealership and all that stuff. We rode through Canada.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember.
We were on a bike.
And but we've been in Canada. We were planning on, before all this virus started, we were going to go to Washington State and Oregon, and then go up to, is it Vancouver?
Yeah, Vancouver's
Alberton.
on that side. Vancouver.
And we were going to go up
Alberta.
there and spend a little bit of time and then come back down. But
Victoria Garden.
that didn't happen because of the virus. So we still
And
got
that
that.
was before we got into motorcycle rallies. We thought we were going to be a
Well,
travel
we
channel.
were going to go to do Sturgis, and what we were going to do is after we did Sturgis, we were going to come back because they told us that if you want to do Washington State and Oregon, you really want to do it in August. That's the least amount of time that it freaking rains there all the time. And so we thought, we'll come back from Sturgis, we swing through Washington State, hit Oregon, come back down through California, and then come back home. And that didn't happen. And so this year
Greg, you'll have to let us know where some of the rallies are and when they are. It'd be nice if there was one right after Laconia. We could just go up there real quick. Because it just depends. If we're like over in
Texas,
and then you guys got one up there, it's kind of hard for us to get there.
Well, that is hard, which is just like why we're not doing the fall rallies anymore here, because these rallies that are 4 days long, doesn't justify us.
It's hard for us to do.
A couple things. One, it doesn't justify us to travel this far. And then when you get there, there's not enough time to actually do anything. And then everything's so much smaller. It's great if you've never been to any of these rallies and, hey, I'm thinking about coming to Daytona, but I don't know what to expect. Then come to the fall rally. And if you like that, come to the spring rally because it's a lot bigger and it's a lot better, a lot more vendors. There's a lot more action going on. Panama City, Myrtle Beach, they're all like that. The fall rallies are downsized. They're smaller events and less days. It costs you as much. You don't take as much vacation off to go to them, to where these are, it's 10 days here. And we like the 10-day rallies because it gives us plenty of time, especially in a place like this. There's so much stuff going on. The No Name Bar's got the pudding wrestling.
If they have enough contestants.
Yeah, so I don't know if we're going to get to see pudding wrestling or not. We'd have to go next Saturday.
I wanted to promote that. So if any of you want to see pudding wrestling, you have to be a contestant. They need at least 6.
No Name
Bar. And they're going to do it on Saturday on the
5th.
The 5th and then the 12th.
We're not going to be on the 12th.
We're going to be there on the 5th. So go on the 5th.
It's up in is it Edgewood? It's a really neat bar. They've got bikes motorcycles that have been up in the trees, and they're not, I'm not even sure if any of them are Harleys. Most of them are Hondas and different things. And these trees have grown around and absorbed the bikes. And it's really neat. And sometimes you got to look to see where they're at because the tree has just involved the bike so much. And it's a really neat bar. Yeah. It's a nice ride to go up there too. It's a little bit of a ride to get up there.
It's along the coast, so it's right along the coast.
But it's a really neat bar. Very nice people. We went up there last year. But for the spring rally we were there, but we didn't come back because that's when it was the same day that the cold slaw was. And we thought the cold slaw would be really good. Nothing wrong with the cold slaw, and if you're one of the contestants, great for you because you come back every year and you try.
Put on a good show.
And and it's just, I don't know. It was they need to put the fences closer together. People can get closer to it. It's you really can't, and it's up high because they build it up, and I don't know. It's not my event, and a lot of people go because there was probably 1,000 people there.
Dell asked us earlier. Have you ever been to the Lane Bike Show?
No.
It's the first Saturday.
Yes, that's the 5th. So the idea is we're going to try to hit that, but that's also the same day that the motorcycle race is going to be.
Speed in New Smyrna.
Yeah.
And they're opposite ends.
Yeah. So
one's inland 30 miles and one's down south. So I don't
know. It may end up being the Lane will have to be next year. Because once we film the motorcycle racing this year, we probably won't do it. Then I found out I probably could have got passes to get into Speedway. Daytona for their races. And when I looked yesterday, it was like you had to have it in by the 18th. And
you should have did it because look at when you went to Mecum.
Yeah, but it's not the same as
never know.
Yeah. But I don't know if we would have had time. But I mean, they have. I don't know. But see, the difference there is that's a big track, and I don't know if we would able to get as close.
SJS said she'd rather see pudding than coleslaw.
And pudding one I think would be a lot of fun, but I don't know what it is. If they just have a little blue tub that they bring in. I don't know nothing about it. But I just thought
if you've ever been, let us know.
Just thought it would be fun. Someplace we went and had Jello wrestling, and that's kind of what they did. They had those little blue swimming pools. They had a blow up one, and they threw Jello in it, and the girls all slimed up, and it just depends on how wild it gets. So we'll see. But we'd like to do that. I missed it last year. And we were going to go in the fall, and they didn't do it in the fall.
And that's what they told me. As long as they had to have at least 6 contestants. If they didn't have 6 contestants, they weren't doing it. So I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to just automatically make up some instant pudding real quick and throw it in the bucket because
Maybe that pudding lasts off. Use it the next weekend. Drag it in the cooler. I don't know what they do. Don't know. Well, it's kind of like coleslaw. It's not really not coleslaw. It's actually oil instead of having the mayonnaise and all that.
Coleslaw with oil and vinegar.
And that's just with the slaw.
Yeah.
No, it'd be clear then.
It
It wouldn't be milky looking like.
Well, that's when they use vinegar. That's when they use mayonnaise.
I've never seen clear.
I'll let you know last time I get it.
And so
You make it 2 ways.
So I don't know, but
Oh, I just moved the table.
but the same thing with that. It lasts so long, and you guys don't really want to see 4 hours of coleslaw wrestling. So most of these events, like there ended up being, I see on somebody else's video the other day that these big fat guys were diving into it and belly flopping and stuff, and they had some guys doing different things. Well, we were gone by then. It's when I look at events, that's what we look at. We look at this and say, how long do you really want to watch coleslaw wrestling? If I'm only going to put it on one episode and it's going to be 8 minutes long or 10 minutes long or 15 minutes even long,
We don't need to be
I don't need
4
4 hours of footage to do a 15-minute video. So that's why
As soon as you turn off the camera, that's when you're like, man, I can't get the camera back on fast enough to get that, and it's over.
But if you
I've
didn't
done
see
that
it, you didn't miss anything. But so a lot of times,
You didn't know about it.
like the races, we won't show. You'll see a little bit of that on the video for the day, but you're not going to see all that stuff going on until a month or 2 later. You'll see the actual bike race. It's supposed to be Shelley Rossmeyer. One of the Rossmeyers is going to race her old bike, and it's all vintage bikes.
I don't think you were supposed to say that.
She's raced every year.
Not the last few years.
I don't think it was any secret. She just said, if I'm there, you'll know. If I'm not there, I won't be there. She's hurt her leg. And
Her mom doesn't want her to do it.
but she used to race. She used to race all the time. She used to race the fast bikes. And the Rossmeyers used to be really big into motorcycle racing and stuff. And I think she misses that.
Yeah, her dad had the what was the name of that bike? I just had it on the tip of my tongue. The Flyer, the Rossmeyer Flyer. And they only made 3 of those bikes, and they only
the other 2 are replicas,
Yeah.
and the original one. So they got it. Actually, if you want to buy the replica one, it's actually up in the showroom. Actually, it's not a bad price. It's like $67,000. You could take that to the Mecum auction and probably make over $100,000 on that bike. Honestly,
Okay, go buy it.
I don't have $67,000, and I don't want to sit on it until next year at this time to sell the stupid thing. But if they still got it, I might call them and see if they got it. Give them 30 days. I'll pay it in 30 days. But I mean, it would. They told the guy that if you took it to the Mecum auction, you'd have no trouble making what you want and maybe more. And the guy said, no, I just want to put it in your showroom. So it's like they never take consignment bikes. This is the first consignment bike in years that they've ever had on the showroom floor. It's upstairs, 2nd floor. I don't know if it showed up in our video or not. Might have been. It's right there when you could.
The original one, I think I took a picture of. I might have put it on.
Original
Instagram.
one, they had it over there in the corner. I don't know if it's still there or not. But this replica one, which is exactly the same, but it just wasn't one that they'd raced. But when they were building them, I guess right after they did it, they built 2 more. Maybe they built them for in case of wreck. But one of them went overseas. They have no idea where it went. And this one, somebody local bought it. And so that's the only one that's still around. The other one may not be there anymore. But she knew all about the Mecum auctions and all that too. She was kind of like, oh, that's kind of neat that she knew that we did that.
Yep. Anything else going on? It's been an hour.
That's it.
I think so. I can't see that far.
Oh,
I know.
Back.
1 hour and 8 minutes.
So tents are starting to go up. Over at the fairgrounds, at the Speedway, Harley's already setting up their stuff. They got about 5 or 6 semis over there. They got the big tent going on. All the demo rides, which if you watched Shelley Rossmeyer the other day, we had that video on 3 days ago, I guess. And she told you all the demo trucks are going to be there. Except I think Indian ends up having 2. I think Indian has one there, and they also have a demo truck over at their lot. And they also have the Spider Cam, whatever they sell over there.
Where?
At the Indian dealer.
Yeah.
I think they still have Indian bikes over there too.
Yes, you can demo them there.
We need to call and see if what's his name's coming. the big bikes with the V8 engines.
Hoss.
Hoss. And see if they're coming. We haven't seen them in a while.
Last
Since
fall.
Sturgis.
Oh no, we saw them in
Sturgis.
Sturgis.
That's the last time we've seen them.
Yeah.
But they weren't here for the fall.
No.
None of the fall rallies they were around. And so I thought they came. So when we seen them the very first time, it was at the fall rally. They were out there.
Yeah.
So it's different now. And well, a lot of times it's
She's like, what are they doing over there? Oh, I'm on camera.
chicken bone. Anybody say anything about chicken bone?
A few people.
You had to be on last week to get that chicken bone. I was
that
kind of
joke.
embarrassed that we were.
Do we do
making fun of
demo
that.
rides? Yes, we do. I like to because that's the only time I get to ride anymore because I can't ride that
She
long.
wants to ride the new low.
Yeah, it's a fat boy, and I think it's a low, and I'm really excited. I want to ride that bike.
It's got that little bitty fairing on it.
I don't care. It's got
I
that
think
big
it's-
fat tire
I
in the
think
back.
it's
That's what I
more
like.
designed for the Metro age kids, not Metro.
Millennium.
Millenniums. I'm thinking of Metro. What do they call it? Metro?
Metrosexual.
No, not that. The guys that have a little bun on their head.
That's what that
No.
is.
I'm old. We need our grandkids. Where are they at to tell me all this
I don't
stuff?
know, Blakey. Where are you? Well, it's noontime out there, isn't it?
Yeah. It's probably 1 now.
It's 4. So -3 is 1 o'clock. They might be up and ready to go somewhere. Take forever to get up and going. So yeah, we do like to do the demo rides.
We try to, but see what happens is we got so much stuff to do. And so like we did last year, we did demo rides. I
We
rode
did
the
the Pan
I
America.
got to ride it twice. And that was kind of neat. And I like that bike. It's pretty neat,
We
but
both rode the Sportster C,
parts are S.
whatever.
Didn't like that.
It was like you were a C. I hate that. I hate when your handlebars, your feet are under your hands. I don't like that. I like my feet under my hips.
So it's a touring bike.
I
And,
like my fat boy low.
and so
And
So-
then Richard told me, what did he say they were called? He wrote it on here again. Richard, talking about Harleys all day. Where's Richard there?
so if
Bikes
anybody,
with the aircraft landing gear. See, he said we'll surely see one here somewhere. I don't know where.
so if anybody can't figure it out,
We
we're
know.
at J&P Cycles here actually in Ormond Beach, but they call it Daytona.
Destination Daytona.
And so it's
Right
pretty
off the
neat.
95,
And
right next to the Harley dealer. Just got to go
Mm.
down a little bit further.
we got some great places that we're going to be doing lives from. We got here. We're also going to be over at the Harley dealer. They graciously
through there.
give us a look any place we want. We just got to tell them where we want to set up at. She's going to set us all up, and we'll probably do 1 or 2 over there. Here, we'll also be down at Main Street. We'll do Peanuts. We'll probably do one from Sexy Biker Chick. We'll probably do one from there. Might try to do it from inside. Her internet, we had trouble with last year. People got kind of grainy and stuff. Well, see, it gets to be on the weekends. There's just too many people down there. It's like here. He said, they've run into problems here on a busy day of having good internet.
He
So-
said you might do good today, but he said when you come back during the rally, don't count on it.
So we'll see. We know we have everything: AT&T, Verizon. I'm assuming. I was going to look and see if they had internet. I'm assuming Rossmeyer's has internet.
I'm sure
And
they do.
normally when we go to those places, most of them will give us their private email or their private Wi-Fi and let
Not
us
the
use
guest
it. Yeah.
the guest one
that everybody else is on.
hiccups.
So I don't know. I didn't look here to see if if he had internet or not. He didn't offer, but I didn't ask either.
He asked what we were going to use for
Yeah.
internet. I think that's all he asked. Okay, that's
Uh,
about it. I'm a Harley guy, but that new Indian Pursuit looks nice. Because we did ride an Indian. I rode a Scout, I think, didn't I? Was that what I rode, a Scout?
They do have 2 internets. One's for their vendors and one's for them, I guess.
The only thing I didn't like about the Scout is the turn signals all on the same hand. You don't have the left and the right. It's left this way, right that way. So I don't know. I get confused very easily. I'm dyslexic, so
She didn't think she could ever ride a bike to start with. But she did pretty good for quite a while.
yeah.
Where somebody
Right.
hit her. So, yeah. So, I mean, it's really getting exciting here. There's a lot of people coming in. The weather's really good right now. If you're coming to Florida and you're not a Floridian, people down here drive like a nut. So, you got people that probably shouldn't be driving anymore. And then you got other people that are in too damn big a hurry. And they're doing 90 miles an hour on the streets. You're best to stay off the highways. It's better if you're out here to ride. You're better off just like here. Instead of taking the 1, you can go down Nova and be a lot better off. Or there's the road that actually takes you to Ormond Loop. You can actually go down that way and come back around. But during the rally, you're better off coming down. which I just told you not to do it, but to come down the highway, get back on the highway for one exit. Because when you come off the exit, if you're coming from Bucky's,
Okay, so you'll be coming from the south, going north.
That when you come off the highway, you'll come right into the entrance. Somebody said last year, you don't come in the entrance. Yes, you do. You come off the ramp, and that lane turns into the right lane that takes you into the dealership. And if not, people are coming down that ramp, and you're trying to get your bike over into that. And if not, you got to go all the way down to the truck stop, and you got all these truck drivers trying to get those rigs in and out of there. And it's a mess over there, especially at night. And then you got to go all the way down to JP Cycles, and it's hard. They don't really want you to ride through there. They want you then to go all the way around the RV place, park over there by Chubby Cubs, back in that
you
back
can't even
parking
turn
lot.
Around.
And
they won't let you, because said we were going to Speeds, and they said you can't go in here. You have to go all the way down, around, behind all them businesses, and come back, and then you can get in there, which is crazy. But somebody wanted to know, and I think I heard this before. If they charge you to do a lap around the Speedway, can you do that? I know they did that in Fontana.
I don't think they're doing it here. We'll check and see, but I don't think this year. I know in the past I've heard people say that they did that. Since we've been here, they have not do that. They haven't done that. It might have been because the tours are back up. They'll take you out on a little cart and take you around the track. But I will check and see. We try to talk, which is crazy. The Chamber of Commerce here in Daytona has blown us off. And I cannot believe this, that,
somebody don't want to talk to us.
Well, they act like they are the people that are doing no, they're not. They don't issue the permits. They don't do, maybe they pick the name and they pick the date, but I don't think they even do that. It's always been called the Daytona Bike Week, but they're the official. They got the website and all that, and they're giving a bike away. They got a raffle. We wanted to go down there.
But they're doing it with Ross Myers. They're not giving it away themselves.
Well, I don't know if Ross Myers gave them the bike or not. I don't know if the city paid for the bike. I don't know that story. We did not get to talk to anybody from the chamber.
Do they charge you for that?
The guy at the counter was very nice to us, but the women that came down, the girls that came down and talked to us, was not very nice. I about told them to take their. So we're going to call our chamber in Sturgis and complain. Let them call them. Because we have never.
Well, we talked to this girl last spring. Her name, well, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say her name. But we talked to her last year, and she was more than happy to meet with us. She was all excited to tell us all about their bike week and blah, 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 blah. And now this year, it's like
she's blowing us off.
I called her. I've got her personal cell phone. I called her cell phone, left a message. I emailed them.
Went down there twice now.
She's in a meeting.
I have never. And then they say, well, there's somebody, can you talk to? Well, we can talk to anybody. So they wouldn't even give us anybody to talk to. We had some girl come down, and she was, I don't know what she came down for. The guy at the counter could have just been nice and said, there's nobody to talk to. She came all the way down the counter and said, I don't know what you guys want. What do you want? And it's
that's what he said, well, so-and-so is going to come down and talk to you instead. And I said, that's fine. If Janice can't, I understand.
Right.
You're busy. Yeah. Send her down. That's fine. And so then she came down. She's like, I don't know what you guys want. And we kind of tried to tell her. And she's like, well, she just
act like she really could care less. Well, she didn't. We didn't end up because I started ready to tell her that she could take her Chamber of Commerce and shove it. And I didn't do it. But we didn't say that we were chamber members, which we told the guy we were chamber members of Sturgis. And we used to be, last year, we were Bullhead City members, and they didn't do nothing for us. So we joined the Sturgis one, and they're better people. Nothing wrong with the Bullhead one, but they're.
I think that those bastards.
And it's like, that's what I was trying to say. We have never, ever gone to a city that the Chamber of Commerce wasn't willing to speak. Ever. And that's at every one of these towns. Now, a lot of times we don't put it up because they don't really have anything to say. So we don't really do an interview with them. Well, it's like you go to Myrtle Beach, they don't really have.
Eustis, and they were all real nice.
They were great. And so we've done some, but overall, we don't really.
Well, like I said, and she talked to us last year, and I thought.
And do you know what a Chamber of Commerce is there for? Which we own a business. No, they are there to promote businesses in town and their events. Bingo. What do we do? Sad, just very, very sad. And that's like I do, but she don't like when I say this. But I mean, we get to the point where we try to contact people like that. And a couple of the bars like this, we've made contact with too. Am I going to go out of my way to contact them anymore? No. They've got our contact information. They know what we want to do.
They get 3 strikes.
I'm not, I don't care. So it's like, and that's why I tell people, a lot of you guys that are watching our channel don't know, may not even know anything that's going on down here, and you're relying on us to tell you, like in Sturgis, and which is like in Sturgis, we can't. When people always say that, why do you talk so much about the buffalo chip, and why do you talk about this and that about Sturgis? Is because Sturgis has opened their arms to us, and it's like when we come to Sturgis, it's like, oh my gosh, I just can't believe anything we ask for. They're like, yeah, no problem. What, you want that? Oh yeah. You want this? Oh yeah. And it's like, holy crap. I said, I can't believe how, and Rod at the Buffalo Chip is like that. He's like the nicest man in the world to us. Anything that I've asked for, he's like, yep, no problem. Whatever you guys need, you got full access to this, you got full access to that. You know, hey, yeah, whatever you want to do. I should have asked to fly the drone last year, and I didn't do it. The marketing guy said, no, you can't fly a drone. But you're not supposed to film in the campground, but Rod said we could. So, you know, I should have asked Rod. And which I do.
Says F them and move on.
Yeah. Which is what I kind of do. I don't look at things like that. And, you know, they're trying to raffle off a bike. I could care less. Hopefully they won't get enough money to make it break even on it. You know, I don't care. But I mean, we try to do this and we try to help people out and we're trying to give good information. And it's like some of our vendors here. When we go and talk to them and I said, you know, I can't believe it. We went to this one vendor and they like Corbin Seats. We went up here last year to talk to Corbin Seats. You know, thought it'd be really neat. Nope, not a soul there wants to talk. Left their phone number and stuff, and nobody ever called us back. So we don't recommend Corbin Seats. We recommend Master Lugo. Get him a seat. If not, there's some neat seat. Shane over there, Rick Rack. I couldn't believe it. Last year in Galveston, he brought in like these 5 or 6 seats, which actually is made here in town somewhere. You have to see who he has them made by. I won't tell you, but just curious. Hopefully it's not Corbin. And there's another seat guy right down the road here that a lot of people go to.
And we tried to talk to them too.
Yeah, and they kind of blew us off too.
We're really busy. Come back later.
Yeah. But what's funny is our regular subscribers, not subscribers, but our regular vendors come up to us and they're like, why would anybody turn you down? Well, here's the difference between our channel and a lot of the other ones out there. And I always complain that we don't have enough subscribers and we don't have this. Here's what we have. Our average age, now we do have exceptions. I got people 18 years old and I got people 80 years old watching our channel and all in between. But our biggest geographical group is 55 to 65. And somebody might say, well, that's not very good. Actually, for what we do, it actually is excellent. Because who the heck do you think's got money? You think these punk kids riding around here on their crotch rockets that's got a bike that they barely have, what are they making, $8 an hour someplace or even $15 an hour? And can they afford to come and even like J&P Cycles and buy stuff? Probably not. But then that's what's happening to our industry too. We're losing all of us. We're getting older. We're dying. And there's nobody in here to replace us.
Sock says Southern Hospitality has nothing on Sturgis.
That's right. And it is. And we love Sturgis. And we were trying to build that same relationship here in Daytona because we figured, to me, this is the second biggest rally that there is Daytona. You know, the other ones all fall into place, and I'm not going to emphasize. And we're going to do Laconia, but to me, Laconia is not going to be it's not going to, I don't know if it'll top Daytona, but we'll see. Maybe they do have some great riding, but that does help. And but the weather sucks, they say up there. The odds are it's going to rain most of the time you're there, they said. So that sucks. You know, who wants to ride out in windy roads and rain on roads? So I don't know. So, but what ends up happening with our subscribers, which are you guys, is you listen to what we say and you take our recommendations, which I greatly appreciate. You know, we're not getting paid by anybody, and I think that's what, just like the shocks. You know, when we talked about Legend Shocks, Rick Rack sold, I think, like 11 pairs. He was just he's like, you have no idea. He didn't tell us, the mechanics told us, but it was just unreal. And he came up to us and says, I want to do something for you guys. I said, you don't need to do anything. We just appreciate, you know, you give us good access. You give us what the mechanic. He says, here's a couple $100. Go buy. You guys go have the best steak dinner you can find in town. We're like, okay, that's fine. But I mean, other than that, you know, we don't take, and we do get a little bit of discount. Some of these places will give us 10 or 20% off for us doing this, but we're not getting anything free from anybody. And some of these and Cyril contacted us, and we're probably not going to do anything with them. I got some friends now that have bikes. I got a new neighbor across the street. If you guys seen it the other day before we left, Ray just got a brand new bike from our dealer in Kingman, Arizona, Mother Road, and he wants some new stuff. And so I said, hey, if you want to do this, I'll get you the free stuff. we'll put it on your bike, we'll film it and do all that. And he's like, hey, I like that idea. So I said, and Art wanted some things for his bike. And I said, maybe we could do stuff like that. I'm not necessarily recommending it. We're just going to show you what we've got. We'll put it on. We'll talk to him.
Like.
And I'd like to get some lights too, but I don't know what I want. But that's the point I look at is, some of these lights are like $1,000. I can't justify putting $1,000 of lights across the back of my bike. You're seeing so much better. You're this. I didn't like paying $700 for a freaking headlight. And it's like, holy crap. And it's like, stuff's not cheap. And it's like, so, I got to really weigh things for me to justify spending the money. And, just like you guys do, you just not. And so you watch a lot of these other YouTube guys, they're constantly putting stuff on their bikes and all this stuff. Well, they're doing it because they got it for free. And, I tell you the same old thing all the time. Ford told me they give me a brand new truck to pull my trailer. And if I told you Ford trucks from 3/4 ton up ride like crap, they're like you're riding in the back of a log wagon, they'd probably say, well, you need to drop that truck back off at the nearest dealership. Good luck getting your trailer down to the next stop, because you didn't say exactly what they wanted you to say. And a lot of you say that, don't ever sell out to anybody. And at this point, we're not. We're looking next year to do some other things. We're looking at maybe if we get the shop going, we can do some bike builds for veterans, taking old bikes, some Sportsters and some Softails. Our Las Vegas dealer act like he was really interested in maybe working with us on some stuff.
Red Rock, yeah.
Which would be really neat. And so that would be really neat. That way it'd be close to where I'm at and I can drag him home. But we still have, for motor work, I got to get it out to Speeds. And he's all the way in Minnesota or Wisconsin or something.
Minnesota is where he's from, and then Sturgis. Sturgis would probably be closer for us.
Yeah,
we take.
But I don't know if Cowboy would have
Jason
enough time to work on anything. And
then so I think her name is Ethan or Effin or his name. We'll find out about the Speedway and if you can ride on it. She said, or he said, I don't know.
See, we used to have good connection with
2019. They said was the last they heard that they were letting you
ride. So we'll check and see, and we'll go over to the Speedway tomorrow, Saturday. Maybe we'll stop by there tomorrow.
No, today's Saturday.
Oh, Sunday. I don't know if they're open on Sunday. We had a guy we talked to last year at the Speedway. He was a really great guy.
Not buying no more tires.
25 years he'd been working at the Speedway and gave us a lot of good information. Of course, he wouldn't go on camera, which I didn't ask him to. I just liked the good information that he gave us. But if we could find that guy or we could find somebody over there. See, that's what we were hoping we'd get the connection with the Chamber of Commerce again, because last year they had down by the racetrack there, they had a check-in center there. You could go in there and they sold the T-shirts and gave you maps and all kinds of stuff. They had the
posters you could pick up.
Yeah.
You got any posters?
Yeah, they got posters giveaway. We got to go down there and snag from the Chamber offers.
The one that wouldn't talk to us.
Get something out of them. And stuff we want to give away to you guys and after the rallies. And so we got some really neat things that we're planning on doing next year. We're still going to do.
Sinister Sound will be here, won't they, at JP Cycles? Aren't they out there in the lot?
Yeah, they're over
Sinister
here.
Sound.
And they make their own speakers. They make their own speakers and stuff. That's pretty neat. And they gave me a set of speakers, but I ended up replacing them anyway. But
the one we replaced was good, but the one they gave us.
Well, I don't know. I might have turned it up too loud on the way.
Trying to check it out.
Yeah, and I might have messed it up. But they were stock speakers, and I didn't realize I had the stage 1 or 2, whatever. So then I found a guy on eBay, and I bought them off of eBay, and which wasn't bad. I could have bought one, and I should have kept the old one. But he asked me, "What do you want to do with the old one?" Well, what am I going to do with one oddball speaker? I should have kept it, and I didn't. That's my fault. And they gave them to us for free, and they put them in for me for free. So I'm not complaining about Sinister Sound. They didn't charge me anything for the old speakers, but mine was so bad it blew the paper completely out of the one speaker. And this one paper wasn't blown out, but it had that sound like it did. So before we started, I just said, I'm just going to go, because I checked with some of the guys like Speeds and stuff and some of the other ones. They really want to sell you a complete package because they really don't want to break 2 speakers up out of a set. I can understand that. So this year does look better. Most of the vendors we've talked to are fully stocked up for the rally. Don't know how it's going to go the rest of the year. But hopefully nothing's coming from Russia. We shouldn't have any trouble getting stuff. And I don't know anybody sells any Russian parts for motorcycles. Might. Who knows where all this crap comes from that they ship around here. But so far, like here at JP Cycles, they got really good. They're going to have a good selection of tires and stuff. He's already got a pallet back there that he can't sell anything off of yet. It's from Dunlop, and it's all sealed up, and it can't be sold till the rally starts. So they want to make sure they have tires. But just like John over here said, if you're thinking about getting a tire, you need to get that when you get here. And I tell everybody that. if you're thinking about you want your bike dynoed, or you want to buy some stuff on it, or you want to go over to Rick Rack, or you want to go to Fairing Exchange, or Chevy Cup's not so bad, but all these other vendors that you want something installed, do it the first couple days you're here. Now you can, if you need the phone numbers, let us know. If you want to call any of these vendors, Rick Rack, Speeds, anybody like that, and you want to set appointments up, they all take appointments ahead of time. Even Rick Rack, when he was live the other day, he said you can call his number. It's his personal cell. Call him, and he'll write you down for an appointment at a certain time. And that way, you know, you can bring your bike in first thing in the morning. You can hang around here a few hours looking around at all the Destination Daytona stuff. Next thing you know, your bike's done. It's talking about calling about appointments.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody, pretty much all of our vendors, other than Chubby Cups, you don't need an appointment with Chubby Cups.
So Greg said he'll be here on Monday. They can do his bike. There
you go. So call, I don't know. We'd have to ask John, did they take I don't know if they, I know tires, they don't take appointments, because we did that last year in Sturgis. We needed a tire on my bike. Well, if you watch that video, and the guy that blew oil all over the bike, and what did he do? They lost a part on the bike. We wouldn't say who it was, because we didn't want to throw that guy under the bus. The guy that actually owned the place that did the tent, changed my tire, I didn't have that guy doing my work. Thank goodness. That was why the guy did an oil change on the bike, starts it up and walks away. And I'm like,
well, no, I told him, I said, is that supposed to be, the oil supposed to be pulling out of it?
No. And I was about ready to yell, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm just going to turn it off. By the time they come over here, they ain't going to have no oil in it, and it's going to be running. And I don't know if there was no gasket on the oil filter. It all poured out of the oil filter. And
he sent us his phone number, and I'll make an appointment. I don't know if I have his number.
She'll look it up.
Jimmy, I think
you got his phone number.
Do I?
Should.
Might be in the blue phone.
Email us. Oh, we don't have it on here to show you. It's Bob and, written out A-N-D, Tams, T-A-M-S, at yahoo.com, and say, hey, I need the phone number for Sinister Sound, and we will get you that number. And if you don't have it here, we'll get it.
Yeah, I don't.
We'll know somebody that knows it.
It might be in the blue phone.
Yeah, we didn't bring that one.
So who wanted to know, is it Greg?
Yeah. So email us. That way we've got your name, because for us.
So Greg, email us.
So it's Bob and A-N-D, T-A-M-S, no apostrophe, and then at yahoo.com, and say, hey, I'm the one that wants an appointment with Sinister Sound.
And then we'll get his information.
We'll get his phone
Somebody's
number.
got it.
We'll have it. If we don't get it today, we'll get it by Monday. Because I don't know who we call on Sunday to be able to.
Because I know I called him because he wasn't at Hammerhead Fred's, remember? And I called him.
Yeah, so we got it.
It's probably in the blue phone.
Yeah, we got it. Because we're like, where are you at? They had to call. They didn't come. Actually, he didn't have it, but everybody else had it. And he's like, I ain't coming by myself. So, and I understand that. And they don't have the COVID anymore. We don't know anybody's got COVID. Maybe. We don't know anybody. So.
Hopefully that's all behind us. That's history. We're going to move on to better.
So if any of you want any of the vendors that we have, and we're going to try to do vendors a little different this year. We're going to try to hit all the vendors maybe in one day and be done with them. And so that way, if you guys don't want to watch all the vendor stuff, you don't have to. But I mean, sometimes we want to, like one of Rick Rack, and Ciro allows us now to film their mechanics. So I like to do that. I like Rick Rack better because we've just gotten a good relationship with them, and Speeds too. I like going over there and talking to the guys over there. Because they tell you what's going on and what they're doing and all that kind of stuff, and it's really neat. The dyno guy is really good. He knows a lot of crap. And if you want to know stuff about dynos, because a lot of times you guys ask technical questions. I'm not a motorcycle mechanic. I'm not an expert on motorcycles. I worked on cars, and I know a lot. I know more about what we do here, about YouTube, not so much YouTube, about videotaping, and we know how to make contacts with people. My whole life I've been in the retail business, and I've dealt with people my whole life. So it's what we do with our channel is probably what my expertise in what we do. We do ride. I've rode a bike, but I always have a bike somebody else worked on.
Oh, there's his number.
Somebody put it up?
Yeah, Rat Fink did. Rat Fink had it. So I'm assuming that's whose number it is. Sinister Sound. Yeah.
So go there to Rat Fink. He put the number up, and if it's wrong, we will take a picture of that so you remember that number, and then we'll double check to make sure that's the number we got. If it is, we won't contact you. If it isn't, we'll get you the right number.
Or the number we've got, in case it's a different one.
Could be.
I don't know.
Yeah, we might have his personal cell. But we'll call him and ask him what number he wants you to call it. But like Rick Rack, Shane, he can call his personal phone.
That's what he says on his website. It calls him directly. So,
Well, that way he knows what he's doing, and he's done a bunch of neat stuff. It was a little slow getting through his checkout and stuff. He's got all that, a whole bunch of new stuff, computerized stuff, and
I think they're all going to be carrying around iPads.
Yeah.
Right there, because I think that was the biggest part. Somebody says, "I want this done." Okay, well, come back over here with me. So they go back there, and then they got to get out the paperwork, and then they got to fill it all out, and then there was like a dozen people now, and they're all waiting to get something done, and
they had to wait to pay and all that. Because what did they do? So things just getting more modern. And it's all right when you're just a small place. Some of these places only have one or two guys working, and it's not a big deal. Speeds is like that. They pretty much. Jamie quotes the price and all that. Unless it's something different, then you come and tell him. If it's not, he's done. He's not. There's nothing else for him to do. He just makes sure the bike moves along and gets into the dyno and all that. So it's a little easier when you're right there. But when you got someplace like Rick Rack, you got a lot of people coming in and buying stuff. Well, it's kind of like here at J&P Cycles. John's a general manager. He's operation of the whole place. But he's got, like back here, you've got technical questions, and you don't have anybody to ask. J&B Cycles is these guys back here at the counter. They're pretty smart. They know a lot of stuff where if you're looking to do something, and that's what you got to watch. So many people think that, I can do anything. And John was just telling us about somebody that, I don't know who this was, but they went in and they bought some lights from J&P Cycles. Maybe, I'm not even sure if they bought it. They ended up being, what's the light brand?
Custom Dynamic.
Custom Dynamic lights. And this guy hooked them all up, and he's like, he must have came to one of the shows, came in here and said, I want my money back. They don't work. They're crap. And he said, let's go out and take a look and see what you got. So they pulled the seat off and stuff and looked at it. This guy took all the original factory connectors from Harley and cut them all off, cut all the connectors off of the
Custom Dynamics
lights and taped them all together, the wires. And he's like, why did you do that? It's a plug and play. It's like, well, that's what I had to do to make it work right. I want my money back. And he's like, no, you've damaged the product now. You've done something with it that it wasn't designed to do. Who knows if you've got the right wires hooked up, if you shorted out the lighting, who knows what you've done? Well, not everybody is a mechanic. Shouldn't mess with stuff if you don't know what you're doing. And now I know about lighting and stuff. I can do lighting on cars and stuff. And even though some of this stuff says it's plug and play, sometimes you need an adapter, or you need this, or you need that to put it together. It's like when we're over there, a lot of guys said that on my bike, I now have the passing light stay on when I turn the high beam on. They said, well, my bike, you just had to change the code. Well, I've got a CVO, and that's what made it different. We had to put that adapter in there, had to put this part in, plus they had to go in and change the code on it in the computer so they would stay on. But on the CVO model, it's different than what you might have on a different bike, because CVO is just got a whole lot of extra wire in there that for other things that they could be put on.
So we'll have to check that out for you, Bruce. He said he's got a Rick Rack bag, easy on and off, except one of the clamps stripped out, and it won't get tight anymore. So he's like, I hope that's easy to replace. So we can ask Shane about that and see what he says. So you can email us.
Yeah, email us to Bob and
BOBANDTAMS@yahoo.com.
And with your name and all that, and that way will remind us, because Monday we'll give him a call. And if it's a part he can bring with him, he can grab it from the warehouse.
Are you coming, Bruce, to the Daytona or one of the bike rallies? And then we can
talk to him and see what he's got.
And if not, he could probably ship you the part if it's something he could replace.
Because he's got the new bags now.
The roll-around bags.
I bought that other one that didn't have wheels. Now they got new bag.
Of course.
And I don't know if I want to buy that. I don't know if I want to buy that or not. Well, they also sell, which I didn't know, because I've got that real big heavy-duty bag at home that I showed you guys. Nobody asked to bring it. I would have sold it dirt cheap. And I had 3 bags there we're never going to use again. And you can buy the bracket and put on there. But you'd want to reinforce the inside, because actually, what I didn't realize, somebody else said it the other day, you're only supposed to put 10 pounds on that rack. I couldn't tell you how many pounds of crap we put on the back of our rack. Not inside that bag, but if I
strapped it on and down.
And we've had 25, 30 pounds in the back. We went all the way to Sturgis and back with it strapped on the back. Never had any trouble.
It was more than 10 pounds.
Yes, definitely more
Especially
than 10
when him and I just went on the bike.
So, but yes, with the Rick Rack bag, if I was going to go to Sturgis and I was going to load it up like that, I would, they've got a place you can hook straps to it. I would get some straps and hook it still as a backup to the rack. Wouldn't rely just on the bolts holding it in the bottom, holding it together. Unless I got a piece. Well, see, that's adding more weight to it. Get a piece of metal or something and put it along the bottom. But now you just added another 10 pounds. So it's already over.
It only has a 10 pound
It's already
limit.
overweight before you get.
Whoops.
But it's probably Harley does that because they don't want somebody to put 50 pounds in the back or strap some
So,
kid to the back of the
Bruce
bike.
said he's not coming down this year. And Bruce said 10 pounds. What?
Yeah, that's what I said. And actually, I looked it up in the website, and it did. Harley does say 10 pounds. But see, they're going to tell you that because they don't want something to happen. They don't want the luggage rack to come rip
So
off.
then, if it did rip off and you lost all your stuff, they
say,
can say,
"Well, we told you
"It was
10
over
pounds." But like I say, we put all my bikes, all 3 bikes I've had, Harleys, we've had way more than 10 pounds. I'll bet you sometimes it's close to 50 pounds in the back of that bike. When she's on the back of the bike and I got that on there, and it's like, whoa, it's really, when you especially when you're stopping and you got to push the bike, and if it leans a little bit too far and that 50-pound bag on the back starts to lean, it's like, whoa,
Lean to the left.
get that baby back up. Going down the highway's not so bad. But, so yeah, that's shocking. And, but hey, we all probably have done it. I'll bet you, I don't know if anybody keeps 10 pounds in it. 10 pounds ain't much. Probably this Bucky's Cup.
That's your schedule for March 6th.
I know.
Regional Harley is riding from Daytona to the Kennedy Space Center. I would like to
We've
go down
seen
there.
that, but I just don't know. See what's bad about that? I don't know if I can justify a whole day to go off on a ride during an event. We've seen that on Facebook, and it sounds like a great ride. And I think it's the Harley Davidson is putting it on, isn't it? The Harley Davidson Hog
That's
Group.
weird because that's the same day as the Bike Builders Breakfast, so we wouldn't be able to go in the morning anyway.
Yeah,
See if I can sit again. My leg is
that's
not
what happens if somebody
cooperating.
gets.
Gimped up.
I was gonna say something else, but
It's my nickname.
Oldie
Call me that.
Skipper
What do you Hoppy?
Hoppy. Now they'll be calling you Hoppy all the time. You're giving it away.
Hoppy or happy? He has pipes. They're on there. At least 50. Same here. They went from Minnesota to Seattle last August. No problem.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know.
It's probably just to cover their
yeah.
butts.
And it's like everything always does. It's like these people that buy these RVs, and when you look at it, it says when you look at the gross weight and the empty weight, it's like 500 pounds different. Well, by the time you put your clothes in there and your pots and pans and your food, you're way over 500 pounds. You've already overloaded the RV. And it's like, and then that's not even counting putting water in your tank and your propane and all that kind of crap. And it's like people don't look at all that stuff when you buy something, what they do. But probably, is it safe? Probably. But if something happened, you had an accident, they could say, oh, well, you overloaded it.
Yep. Same thing.
It's like a golf cart. Somebody told us their golf cart goes 55 miles an hour, which I won't say who that is. But I told him too that if you had an accident with that thing and they found out you turned it up, let's say you ran over somebody, and they wouldn't pay for nothing because they're saying you went to a speed I'd like to get mine turned up a little bit. I'd like to at least do 30 miles an hour with this stupid thing instead of 24. But it's a little shaky. I couldn't imagine driving that thing at 50 miles an hour. I have to go. Well, it's too late now to go ride in this cart and see how.
Kind of cool.
We have a friend
I
that
bet
had
it does wheelies.
we had a friend that had a boat that went over 100 miles an hour, 240 or something. He's like, "Don't you want to ride with me?" And I'm like, "I have no interest in that. None at all. I've been about 60, 70 miles an hour in a boat. That's fast enough for me in the water."
As fast as I hit a ball.
So there's a lot of new things going on here. I think this is going to be a really fun rally. We'll give you guys as much as we can. We're probably going to do some meet and greet someplace, and we might even do something just here. Either at Rossmeyer's or do something here at JMP Cycles and have a meet and greet, something maybe here. Not on the weekends, because it's probably the most crazy here is on Saturday and Sunday, especially the first weekend. And the second weekend will be crazy on Saturday. Sunday we're pulling out, I think. We're leaving on that last Sunday.
Yeah, the 13th.
Because nobody's ever here on the last day anyway. So it's like we're moving on. We're going to be in Orlando and be more exciting stuff going over there. But so yeah,
We'll need a day or two to recoup from all this, I'm sure. At least I will.
At least after today, it's just crazy. And the rally hasn't even started yet. Well, it wasn't. What made me bad today is I wasn't thinking. Well, we didn't know that the bagpipes and all the stuff that was going to go on. We were originally going to go there, film them putting the wall up. Well, it's not the wall that I thought. I thought it was going to be the wall that they had out of the buffalo chip, which is gigantic. And this is like a mini one of it. And it was still pretty neat.
Got all the names and everything.
I don't know how they put all the names on it, where the other one, if they had all the names on it, why is it so much bigger?
Well,
So
I think
don't know.
it's probably smaller print.
So they have the one wall
font
here,
size.
the main wall, and then over to the side is the wall of terror from terrorism. The people have died since that.
Since
And,
9/11.
Yeah. So
War
that
on terrorism.
yeah. So that it was a very neat thing to do. I told them that we're going to see if we can get them into one of the bars or Destination Daytona or something for next year. It'd be great to have it here for the whole week.
Yeah.
And the guy that's in charge is like, well, it's about money. I'm like, I don't know, what are you talking about, money? And he's like, well, we had to rent this park. I said, honestly, to put up a veterans wall, you had to pay for that? Well, I'm thinking some of these bars out here would just do that
To get
because it's
people
a
to come in to
veterans
see
thing.
it. Yeah.
And so I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're going to talk to a couple of the bar owners. We're going to talk to Shelly over here and see if they can find a grassy area. I said, you can't bring all the vendors. There was a bunch of vendors out here, disabled vets. There was a bunch of other clubs and stuff that were out there. I said, they're not going to be able to come. But I said, you'd be able to, I would think someplace here, the Beaver Bar or even out of Cackleberry or Cabbage Patch, somebody would be honored to put the Veterans Wall
just
there
like
for the week.
The thing they have, it used to be, the first year it was in Harley Center down on Sturgis on Main Street. And then the last 2 years, or last year, I guess, it was at Full Throttle.
It was pictures of all the people from since 9/11. It was really good. And we filmed it the first year. Last year, we didn't do that much to it because I had done it before. So you go back to 2020 and we filmed all that and we had the person tell us about it. It was really neat. What they did is people that had died since 9/11 in a terrorist attack or war or whatever was going on, they had a picture of them when they were in the service and they had a picture when they were normal, like a regular person, regular clothes and stuff. And not saying they were normal,
clothes,
but I mean, it was really
in their uniform.
Yeah, it was very moving.
Yeah,
to see that. And so we did that video, and which is neat. And we try to do that with. We never were in the service. We were planning on going in, and I should have gone in, and I didn't do it. And it would have been last year. They were still giving full benefits. I was going to go in for a career, 20 years. She was going to go in until she got pregnant and she'd get out. But the idea we were going to go in as the buddy system. And so we just got married. And
because they said that we could, we'd have to go to separate boot camps, but then after that, we'd always be together. But
she'd get pregnant, she'd be out anyway. So
you never trust the government.
Yeah. So, but I would have done that. I've been out a long time ago, and I would have had my pension from the government,
been out
plus
at 45.
free hospital, all that free stuff we would have got, gone to the base, all that stuff. Wished I would have done it. So now that's why we're looking to do. We kind of take over some of you that know Adam Sandoval. Kind of when he first started, he did a lot of stuff for the veterans, and that's why he does. When he does his veteran stuff, he's kind of doing that for the same reason because he never got to serve. So it's one of them things we'd like to pay back.
It's like a thank you.
It's like today, the guy from that we talked to said the number one thing with people coming back that are still alive, more people have died from coming back from serving for mental issues than any other disease in the United States. And
it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, they've been through a lot, and
and if you're one of those people, we appreciate that.
And we thank all of our veterans. Appreciate that.
And so we'll move on here, get on to that. But that's some of the things we want to do too. That's what we want to give back to veterans, and that we're thinking about. Probably what we're going to end up doing is the bikes that we're going to give away to the guys that are in this that were in the service. That's got the PTSD, and they've got a lot of studies out there that giving them motorcycles helps them. And we thought it'd be a lot easier for us to get Sportsters and Softails and Heritage,
We actually talked to a vet today, and he said, a smaller bike would be much better because if they're older, he said, I used to ride, what do you ride?
Yeah, a touring bike.
Yeah. And he said, I can't hold it up anymore. He says, I'm just too weak. I'm not the person I used to be. So he said he's got a Sportster, and then
he's got a Sportster at home, and then I guess he must have a house here too, and he's got a Heritage here.
So he said a smaller bike would be much better, probably.
So those we could probably get a lot easier from the dealerships than trying to get a full dress bike. And so
fix it up and make sure it runs good and give them to our vets.
And then it would be great they said too, it'd be great if we could, touch base with them in 6 months, another time in a year, anytime after that. Tell us how they're doing, how did it help them any? Did it, it'd be neat to tell. And some of the stories they did, maybe we'll see them in some of the rallies that we went to and stuff. It'd be really neat. And he said, that'd be great if you guys could follow up with them and stuff and their progress and stuff. Because I didn't know if that'd get too,
personal.
Yeah, if we went back and talked to them. I mean, it'd be optional. If they didn't want to talk, that's fine. But it'd be great to have the ones that would.
Kind of like the same thing with my puppies.
And it'd be neat to give that to you. I think you guys would even like to see some of that stuff like that, because we've seen a lot of you like to have, when we did Sturgis last year, when we talked to the people that had the tents at the end, the last day we were there, we went around and talked to a bunch of guys and girls that have been doing it for like 20 years, coming to Sturgis and staying at the Buffalo Chip. And a lot of people said they really liked that part of the video. So we're going to try to do that out here, which is tough because, we got Cackleberry. That's probably I don't know if we'll be able to catch. I guess we can go over to Crazy Horse. We can get in there. He'll let us in there. I don't know if we can catch any tent campers over there, but I don't know. We'll see. Most of these rallies aren't tent camp friendly. Sturgis is set up for that. Almost every campground. I don't know if there's anyone that doesn't allow tent camping. Or most of the places here don't really, they might stick you over in a grass, like where we're at right now. They got a little grassy area. No water, no way to get electric. You got to carry water from the bathroom or someplace. Who knows where they got to get it from? But I mean, there's nothing there. It's actually just their entrance area, and they filled it up last year with tents and people that were boondocking, dry camping. We always say boondocking. A lot of you don't know what that is, but it's considered dry camping. You have no utilities, no water, no electric, no sewer, no nothing. You're on your own. And so where like here, they're not really. Yeah, here they're not really set up with it, because most of the people that are here when we're not here is retired people. They're living in the trailers, or they're here for 6 months.
It was funny because we went to eat and somebody said, "Hey, are you staying at?" And he's like, "No," and I'm like, "Yes, we are." And he saw me out walking. They saw me out walking the dog. And so
now they're our friends.
Yeah,
I think they watch your channel.
When I walk by, they're like, "Damn." I'm like, "Hi."
Which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
So this year we're trying to pass a lot more cards out. And if you're at a rally and you want some cards from us, we had a whole bunch of people one year in Sturgis.
Well, in Galveston, there was two couples that came down that we had met them on the way back from, I guess, the fall rallies here. And we'd met up with them, and they're like, "Give us some cards." And they would pass, and they'd come back, "Hey, we need some more cards. Give us some more cards." I'm like, "Here you go."
So we got a lot of ones from last year, the old style cards we got to get rid of. Plus, we got the black ones that I printed up that I wanted to put on people's bikes. It said, "See your bike on YouTube." Problem is, I don't have time to put all them freaking bikes on.
So we don't want to leave them a card, and their bike never show up on a video, because we don't know what video they're going to be on.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Will you film my bike? Can you show me where that's at?" It was orange.
It was black. I had that black bike. It's like, oh my gosh.
Oh, there's a girl that wrote the other day, because Art did it. We were at the dealership, and his camera is taking raw footage, so it's very high quality, and the PC computer will not even recognize it. The Mac one will change it a little bit, but I've got to do some steps to change it. And Art doesn't edit, so he didn't know that. Well, this girl was at the Harley dealer, and I filmed a little bit of her. You could buy, if you watch the Red Rock one, you could actually go there and get a private class and have the trainer train you on a private class on how to ride a bike. So this girl paid that money, or I think somebody bought it for her. And so Art promised that a lot of that would be on the video. Well, then I've looked at Art's stuff, and it's like, no, I can't just drag it in. I got to do stuff. I don't have time for that. And so she wrote me the other day and said, if there's any chance you could send me some of that raw footage. Well, I can't send it to you because you'd never be able to watch the raw footage. You'd have to figure out how to change it. So I've got somewhere along the line, which probably is going to have to be after Daytona, I'll sit down and I'll redo it, and I'll probably put it in a YouTube thing so I can send it to her, but none of you will see it. And just her riding her bike around in the track. And I don't normally film that because it's like somebody that's just got their license. They don't really have their license, just to get a permit, and they're driving around. And I'm very leery about filming that because you don't want people to get paranoid and fall over because, oh, that guy's over there filming me driving. It's my fault. So we try not to be too intrusive with people. Now, if you're out here walking around out here and we film you, too bad. You're in a public event, and that's the way it is. We have that right. You can't stop me from filming you like the crazy lady in Daytona or in Sturgis that time. I should have got more footage of her. And a lot of people said, somebody we talked the other day, they brought up that lady. I said, yeah, that lady was crazy. Yeah, it might have been Rat Pink. He says, I remember that crazy lady that was yelling at you. And it's like, yeah, I'm over here filming. This young couple was sitting on the bench, and I had a camera in front of them, and I'm saying, hey, where are you guys from? And they were from Illinois, where we used to live. And I was chatting with this lady. Says, turn that camera off. And I look over there, and I'm like, who the F are you, lady? Are you with them? because there was a big space between them. I can't see Mars. Big space between them. And she's like, turn that camera off. And she started barking at me and stuff. And I'm like, you have any idea where you're sitting now? She just kind of looks at me like, and I'm like,
that camera right there?
yeah, see up there on top of the bank? You're live on YouTube. You know, they stream this here. So you're in perfect view of what it is. And she just kept going, you don't have no right. You don't have no right. And I'm like, actually, you're in a public area. You have no rights. Well, then when I was editing, I'm thinking, screw that old bag. I'm gonna put that on. And I did. You don't like me to make fun of people. Screw that old lady. Just like Red Pig says, F her. And he said, yeah, it was funny though, having her on there. Because I turned the camera to her when she was talking, and I'm like,
what do you want me to do?
It's fine. Turn it off.
All right.
You can't film me.
You've been on 2 hours.
Holy crap, 2 hours already?
Yep.
Last hour went by really quick.
Yep.
How many we got on there?
I don't know. I can't
see. It's up here.
53, 43, 73 thumbs up. If you're still on, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. I think it's right under here. I don't know. SJS said it was under you.
No, it should.
I don't know. Here,
look here.
Here. This is all I got to do.
Oh, yeah, it is on your side.
My side?
Yeah, because we're probably sitting different than we normally do. I don't know. So you got to get in front of you. Yeah. You'll see in a minute. It takes a minute for your. It's a delay.
Hello.
We're waiting to see it on our camera because there's a 60-second. There you go.
No,
I thought that was it, but it's not.
I'm hitting you.
See, there's a delay. It's supposed to be a 60-second delay.
Is that seeing us in the future?
No. That's seeing us in the
back
past.
To the future.
It's back in the past.
Oh. I think it's right.
Hey, you're waving to somebody.
I don't
This
know.
might be way far behind.
It must
we might
be.
turn this
here.
off.
I'm on. There's me.
Oh,
yours must be way behind.
I don't know. Unless I'm on the Facebook one. Maybe I'm on the Facebook one.
Yeah, so it's over closer to the end. So I guess it's more right here. I don't know. All I can see is me point my finger. It's right around here somewhere. Click that thumbs up. That's what we're trying to tell you. If you're on. All right, live chats. Let's go back to this and see who's on.
So she's looking to see what's going on.
Devin Mike's on.
So when they coming down? Or they live here?
They live in Fort Lauderdale, I think. Are we going to DeLand? We're planning on it.
I don't know. Let's see what they're telling us.
You said you wanted to go to that bike show.
I do, but that's the same day that they're having the races.
What time does the bike show start out there?
I think it's all day.
Oh, we can go out there early in the morning.
What they told us at the race is you can't get out of the pit area once it starts. But when we talked to Shelly Rossmeyer, she said once she races, she's gone. So I don't know if he just said, actually, it's one of our subscribers actually helped us. He actually is the promotion guy that does that. So he's getting us in there.
Andy.
So I don't know if.
When I called and talked to him, he's like, I watch you guys.
It's like,
okay, cool.
If you're one of these people that watch us and we call you, you need to, before we go through the whole spiel about what we do, it'd be great if you just said, I already know what you do. It's kind of like John here. I've told that story a bunch of times. But John here, we came in here the very first time to talk to him at Spring Rally 2 years ago. And came in and said, hey, we want to talk to the manager. And they said, John's the manager. And he came out and he talked to us. And I said, we have a YouTube channel. And we talk all about the stuff we do. And then he goes, I said, yeah. And I ride a Harley too. And he's like, yeah, you got a 2014 CVO, a blue one. I'm like, how do you know that? He says, I'll watch your channel. And I'm like, you let us tell you all that. I think he likes to hear us talk.
So somebody else said that too, that DeLand and New Smyrna is only like 15 miles away. So, because I was thinking that too, because when we're out like by Crackleberry, isn't like DeLand not too far away, and then New Smyrna is just, I don't know. But that's what Devin Mike said. It's on, the race is on 44, so it's on the way. So Paul W's on, and BK says he needs any suggestions for a bag to go on the back of his sissy bar for any recommendations on a large for 2 people.
So do you have a luggage rack too?
BK. That's BK.
I'll go look. Go see what they got.
Yeah, because we're right here.
I want to see what I like. We have a bag that we always use. The one that she had on the back of her bike was really
That's
good.
what I always use. So Foreskin it's Carlos from New Jersey. Happy New Year. My goodness, we haven't talked to you since New Year's. It's almost the 3rd month. I think DeLand is all day. Okay, well, we could maybe go early and go down there and film some of that, because we're going to go out there probably Monday or Tuesday this week. Hopefully we'll get to talk to the sheriff, because I think he's out there in DeLand. and then we're going to talk to Troy from Fast Lane and do some of the bike burning bike. They're building it right now, so we're going to go out there and do that. So they have Paul W has the Vulcan. All right, is that who's? Oh, that's not who's got the sissy bar. It's BK that's got the sissy bar. So anyway, oh, it's No Rack, a Heritage Classic. Okay, so is it gonna? I'm trying to think. So are both of you on the bike? Because there was a bag that we used to have that when I wasn't on the back, when I had my own bike, Bob would put it behind him and kind of use it for a backrest. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Because if it depends on how much you put in it. Because if you put too much in it and it doesn't have something to support it, I guess you got the fender, right? I don't know. We'll see what he comes back with. So anyway, so Devin, Mike, I know I asked you this before. So you'll be down here. I think you said the 5th. I think that's what they said. So anyway, he's going to check on a bag for BK to see what he can find to put on the sissy bar. And if any of you are coming out, safe travels. Be careful. There's a lot of crazy people out there. We don't want nobody to get hurt. Want everybody to make it down here in one piece. And we're going to be setting up a few of the. He does not have a luggage rack.
He doesn't have a luggage rack?
No.
Just
It's a Heritage. He says No Rack Heritage Classic.
It's going to be tough to put a bag
Well, that's
on
what I
there.
said, unless you'll have the fender, I guess.
Yes. Here's what I would recommend. I like a bag like this, which we have at home. You can't really see it real well, but it's Velcro. So you put the CC bar on there, and then you wrap the straps around, and it's got other hooks on the side that you can do. This one, it's got some compartments and stuff. It's got a big old giant bag in here to hold it open, but it's really big inside, and you just have to see how you're going to. It's got to sit on something.
That's what I said. If it wasn't sitting on anything, that's why I thought, well, maybe the fender.
Yeah, if your fender goes back there and you can set it on that, then you would be fine setting something like that on there. Now, I always they've got all these different little hooks and stuff on them.
It's like this on the side.
Yeah, so there's some different little hooks on the side you can hook up.
Take the bungee cord and wrap it around too.
So they've got some straps that actually come with this one. Now, this one here is $151.95. Now, there's some different choices you can pick, but I like the bags that have the Velcro straps on the back. That gives you a little bit of support, and they're pretty strong. We've never had any of these come off. Like I said, we do have it sitting on a luggage rack, and then I always run some straps around them and hold it as a backup, like hook up on the to the spring mounts on your shocks. Hook another bungee cord on that, and just to have something a little extra to hold it. And then it's easy to pull it off at the end of the night, because if you're traveling, you never want to leave your bags on your bike without being able to see your bags. Heck,
that's why he likes the Rick Rack one, because it actually locks on your bike.
Not saying that somebody wouldn't take a knife and cut a hole in the side of it, but I mean, that's more work they have to do. But we know a YouTuber that bought a motorcycle, and somebody cut his leather bag off the side, ones that had the straps, the carry-on ones that had straps that mounts underneath your seat. And they actually cut the leather and stole one whole compartment off of his bag. It was in Vegas. And he went into the Pawn Stars shop. And it was stolen out there. It ended up being where he parked. There was no cameras, so nobody seen it.
It was out in the back.
And he was only in there, probably, he said, less than an hour. But somebody had to have, I don't even know how, somebody had to be pretty gutsy to steal it. And I thought, because he was a YouTuber, maybe somebody knew him, seen him riding the bike, and followed him there and thought maybe some of the cameras were in there. There really wasn't much in it. He had less than $100 worth of products in there.
It's on Wednesday, March 9th, the ride is.
So we'll have to look at that. But this would be this style of bag. I know the camera's not real good because it's black. But I mean, they got little compartments here on the side, which is great to put your phones and stuff in it. But we always park the bike to where if we're going to go to the gas station, use the bathroom, she'll go in first, or I go in first, whoever's got to go worst. And the other person kind of stands at the window. At least you glance at your bike every now and then and make sure that, nothing carries it off. Because nowadays people steal anything, and you can't trust everybody. So that would be, this is a good size bag that you could put plenty of stuff in it. If you don't have any
Anything
side
down
bags or
there.
anything like that, you can, and see when we travel, even going to Sturgis, we usually bring 2 pairs of jeans, got one on, and we try to bring a handful of shirts. We bring enough underwear and socks to change every day. We wear our boots, and we bring another pair of shoes. She brings 2 pair. I bring my tennis shoes, and she brings usually sandals and tennis shoes, and she wears her motorcycle boots. We usually wear our coat, our heaviest coat. We usually wear, unless it's 100 degrees like here, but I wouldn't bring a heavy coat to here. We've got light coats that we brought. We can always double up and wear 2 jackets. We bring. I have a Harley neoprene jacket that's supposed to be waterproof. It's probably not anymore.
Too old.
And then we've
Washed
got
too many
our
times.
hoodies, so you can wear the hoodie and put the leather
The neoprene one.
neoprene over. I don't wear leather coats because they're too hot and they're too. And I understand it. I know a lot of people that have had wrecks and never got hurt because they had the leather coat on, and I'm a for that. But I'm not going to die and sweat to death either. So that's my choice. But so when we pack, we're going to go to Sturgis. She only brings, like, let's say we're going to be gone there. Probably we used to go. We'd leave on Thursday before. No, we got there on Thursday. So it took 3 days to get. We must have took 2 weeks.
Sorry to hear that, Tim.
2 weeks to go to Sturgis, and she would bring we'd probably bring 2 pairs of jeans. We have one on, we have one there, and we don't change our jeans every day. We wear them for a few days and wear the other ones. We normally don't take shorts when we go to a rally, because if you're riding your bike, you're not. I got shorts on now, but we're driving the truck. But on a motorcycle, I don't wear shorts on the motorcycle. And so most of the time you're on your bike your whole time, so you don't need to bring jeans. And we bring underwear. And most of the places have laundry. Like we stayed at
Kathmandu.
Yeah, they had laundry. But I mean, what's that place out there? The place that a lot of people complained about, way out there in Sturgis, past the chip.
Oh, Shea Valley.
Yeah, they had actually, which I don't know if they do now, new owners, but some of them have, like they just said at Cackleberry here. There's some women that do laundry, and what they do is they take your clothes, you come back in 4 or 5 hours, and I don't know if they take them home. I don't know where they do. And they fold it all up and did that. So when we stayed there, we paid somebody to do it. And then, but a lot of times, you can even do that. Like in Sturgis, you can drop your clothes off at some of these laundromats. They offer service like that if you don't want to stand there. But I mean, the other night we did our laundry. It was there less than 2 hours. We got all the laundry done and dried, and was back home in probably about an hour and a half, which wasn't too bad.
No.
So normally when we're on a trip, we usually will do the laundry at least once when we're out on a regular weekly ride like that.
I was thinking I wouldn't have to do it again until we got to New Orleans, or not New Orleans, Orlando. But
we still got 10 more. We haven't even got to the rally yet. So she's probably going to have to do it right before the rally. We'll probably have to do one more load. So you'll see us wear a lot of the same clothes through all these rallies.
I've only got 14 shirts.
I did get a new shirt from Willie's. Got a nice orange one. It's not black. I'm not a big black guy wearing. Just because it's too hot.
He gets hot.
A lot of bikers, a lot of motorcycle guys like to wear dark colors. I don't.
He likes the bright colors. If you can tell, he usually has an orange or a yellow.
And gray's okay. I like wearing gray and stuff. And I don't wear white either, because if I wear a white shirt, I'm going to spill spaghetti on it. Doesn't matter. It's like whatever day we eat spaghetti, I've always got a white shirt on, and those are stained in there. Now we do have long sleeve shirts, because if you're riding like here, or you're going to any rally, you should always bring a long white sleeve shirt. Why? Because you cannot believe on the hot days, if you wear a white t-shirt, how much cooler you are. Your arms and everything, you'll be so much more cooler. Number one thing. So normally how we pack, that's how we pack. We'd have no problem getting all of our stuff in this bag. Now, she can't bring 4 pairs of shoes, but she can definitely get 2 pairs in there.
Yeah, pack your slippers.
Oh yeah, we do shower shoes now. I don't know, but then we didn't do shower shoes, I don't think.
No, we didn't.
But I mean, you could go if we're now.
That's weird. I guess we didn't, did we?
No. So let me go put this bag back.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got a bunch of bags here. You can go on to J&P Cycle site and look and see what it's got. And if you find a bag that you're interested in, get back with us when we're here, and I'll go get the model and we'll look at it and we'll tell you what we think about it. But
maybe we can get a discount.
I can't guarantee that.
We can try. It doesn't hurt.
It's hard enough to get a free gift card to give away to you guys.
I know.
I wasn't thinking, because we'd asked him before about working with them on different stuff here, and he's like, you got to go through the corporation now. It's through they're owned by Cycle Gear now and all that. And I'm like, no, I don't want to deal with people I don't know. And so we'll just leave it at that. And because it'd be neat to have a big person like here. Now, I don't want Harley, but I mean, J&P Cycles here to sponsor us would be really neat, to have a big company like that would sponsor us that wouldn't be so. But I mean,
Judgmental.
I don't know, but because I wouldn't really necessarily, because all the products that they sell here are
Sell a
pretty
little bit
much
of
the same
everything.
products that most of our suppliers, our vendors that we recommend, sell through here. Like all the people that are out here in the parking lot are all products that are sold inside here. So here they got serial lighting, they've got Karaoke, which Karaoke you don't really see at rallies anymore. But I think he said somebody else bought Karaoke now, and they don't really do rallies anymore. And Chubby Cup, some of his stuff is actually in here. I didn't realize that till we talked to Chubby Cal last year, and he's actually that holder, the black one. Almost everybody that sells those are his. He has those manufactured, and it's got his thing on side of it. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I see them all over. I had no idea.
Enter the promo code Fating at checkout for 100% off. I don't think that's going to happen.
I can't even get that.
No. We're lucky if we get 10%. Oh, well, thanks. And yeah, Tim, I'm sorry to hear about that too. I don't know how soon that was or how long ago that was, but that really stinks. That's sorry to hear that. But yeah, you got to watch where you go nowadays. It's like I said, it's not the America we grew up in as kids, that's for sure. Because we used to, I don't know, one of those that you go out, especially in the summertime, you go out in the morning, you come back at dark, and your parents had no idea where you were at or what you were doing. So, yeah. So, again, if any of you are on your way down here, that you guys be careful on your way down here. Drive safe. Watch out for all the crazy people on the road. And we'll see you when you get here. I don't know how much longer he's going to stay on. I think we've been on, just a little over 2 hours. That's my limit. Adam says, I've learned how to roll my shorts and socks and underwear into tube shape. Yep. I did a video on that a couple years ago. I think before we went out to Sturgis, how to roll them all up and how to roll your chaps up too. And it's kind of neat. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there on that. But one of the girls at one of the Harley dealerships showed me how to roll up the shirts and stuff like that. So it's kind of neat. And it saves it from wrinkling sometimes too. Some people just when we went to the laundromat the other day, there was a lady doing laundry. She takes them all out of these garbage bags, shoves them all in the wash machine, shoves them all in the dryer. She gets all done, and I usually fold up all the clothes, put them back in our laundry bag, and take them back. And she's like, got the garbage bags, and she's shoving them from the dryer back into the garbage bags. And I'm like, at least you could use a clean garbage bag, I guess. How could you tell which garbage bags are clean clothes and which ones are dirty? I don't know. But, yeah, that's how you get wrinkly clothes. Oh, I don't know. So does anybody else have any other questions? Yes, we're going to Thunder Beach, Kenneth. We'll be going, I guess we still got a ways to go for that. So when we leave here, we're going to leave here on the 13th of March. We're going to Orlando for 2 weeks. We're going down to Fort Myers for a few days, and we're going to go down to Port Charlotte. We're going back to Orlando for 2 weeks, and then we're going to Panama City. So we'll be out there, and I think we just get there a few days before it starts. So we won't be out there a big long time before it starts, but I think, let me see when we get out there to Panama City. He's back. Panama City. So I did write that down. I think her name's Effin. Efin? E-F-I-N. I wrote it down. Ride to Cocoa Beach, Hug Group on Wednesday the 9th. We'll have to see. I don't really have anything on that day.
But we won't, like I say, as the week gets on, we've still got to go talk to all of our bars and stuff that are down here and try to figure out, because we also want to spend, we need to get a lot of footage off of Main Street and stuff, bikes riding down, stuff like that. I'm thinking farther ahead for, like, we're not coming back for the fall. So we're going to make you think we're here, and we're not, by putting up videos of during that time of what's going on during that time. So what to see, it's like that. If I film the Ormond Loop, it's the same every year, and nothing really changes unless a tree falls down or something. But I mean, it's the Ormond Loop. It's kind of like Needles Highway and all that. We could actually show you all those videos from 2 years ago, and you wouldn't know that it was any different. Now this year we're looking to do something different because we want to spend more time on our rides in Sturgis to show you places to stop, places to get good pictures at, things like that. And we'll be talking about that later on. I thought my bison one would get a lot more views than it did. It's kind of sad that it didn't.
He thought that picture on the front would have did it the thumbnail.
Well, I put a thing on there the other day.
On Facebook.
There's another YouTuber, a very small YouTuber, that's putting a whole bunch of videos up on all the Sturgis ones, websites. And so I'm like, I don't know what this person's trying to do. Facebook's not really the best place. That's like I do. I put stuff on Facebook, but what I do is if you put on Facebook and said, hey, my first time to Daytona, I don't know what to expect. Well, I go on there and say, hey, we're already here. Here's 2021's Daytona Bike Week last year. They'll give you a lot of really great ideas. Check out this playlist. So I'm giving you something to help you with. I'm just not throwing a video up of Sturgis about what the police did last year. And who knows what the rules are going to be, because the rules are going to be different this year, because last year in Sturgis, you couldn't have any marijuana. You couldn't have this. You couldn't have that. You couldn't do this and that. Well, a lot of that rules have changed now with the laws that they've changed in South Dakota. The governors, I don't want to say the Senate. I guess that the state does have Senate. That they've made the rules up for South Dakota. And so now we're hearing that everything's a little easier to have marijuana in South Dakota versus last year. You could bring it in if you were an outsider that had a card from California or wherever, Nevada, that said you could legally buy it. But in Nevada, you didn't have to. Arizona, you got to have a card. Nevada, now anybody can buy it. But if you came from Nevada and you brought in marijuana, you could be arrested for it. Even though Nevada allows it,
You have to have
South Dakota had to have a medical card, and you were only allowed to have a certain portion, and you couldn't smoke it in public. Like if you were sat in front of a window smoking your doobie, they could arrest you for that. Or it's in your car. You have to be out of sight that nobody sees you, which is just crazy. But I mean, that's the rules they had. And that's what we passed on to you guys, because we want to make sure you stay out of trouble. Just like here, we want to talk to the sheriff, and hopefully that'll happen first part of next week. We're hoping that we can get it before you guys all start rolling into town. We can sit down with the chief. That's a video all by itself. Sheriff. Well, he's still the chief. Sheriff. Head macho. And we were going to talk to the two local police, Ormond Police and Daytona. I'd love to talk to Daytona, because everybody gives Daytona a really bad thing about the cops. And it's like, if you go back and watch last year's video, 2021, we went in and talked to the police.
So if anybody knows Chief Young, tell him that we would like to talk to him.
Yeah. And a lot of things are stupid things. You can't go out at night wearing these sunglasses. They're going to give you a ticket. First of all, you shouldn't be driving around at night with these kind of glasses on. So down in Main Street, they sell plenty of safety glasses you can buy for a couple of bucks.
You know what I need to find? Those light-up ones that...
Oh, I don't know what you do with them.
Heather gave me a pair.
Yeah. Give you two pairs, I think. I don't know. They're somewhere probably.
They've got to be in the back of the bike. Anyway, so Tim says, great times traveling. And Paul W. says, yes, we are going to Myrtle Beach. 99% sure. Depends on gas prices. If the gas prices go insane.
Well, it all depends. I have to look. Because actually from Orlando to, I don't know what's the distance between Orlando and...
No, we'll be in Panama City. So we have to go all the way from Panama City, which is on the other side of the state. So I don't know. We'll have to see. And then I won't tell you what Rapping said.
But all the way
about his doggy.
What does doggy do now? Charlie was doing it, and I think she finally stopped it. The other daughter was buying. Oh, my other daughter. My daughter was. I have two daughters. One daughter was watching Charlie for a while. It was her dog to start with, and then we had to get it back. And they were giving him these pill pockets because he takes pills. He's got allergies and all this stuff. They were just. He sleeps on my side of the bed now, and it's like.
See, when we're home, he sleeps on my side.
But by the time I finally fall asleep,
Didn't
it's like,
matter,
oh my gosh, what died here? Did you forget to flush the toilet or what? Holy crap! It was crap. He just lays there like. You don't know nothing.
Oh, I feel better.
And so finally, it's kind of stopped now. So I think it was the stupid pill
I
pockets.
just wrap his poor little pills in a piece of old dry bread.
I can shove it down his throat. The other way, you don't want me to do that. You don't care.
Rapping says they're farting machines.
Normally, it's not. We don't. What we've learned from having big dogs is you can't feed them people's food. Because our food has way too much fat in it. And dogs, animals in general, can't, unless you're going to take them to the market, can't have the kind of fat that we have in our diet. And that's what really, a lot of dogs get the cyst on them. Charlie's got one on it. Our purebred Jack, which was his dad, never got scraps, never got any of those cysts on. All of our other dogs got those bumps and cysts on their bodies, and they're always fatty tissues, and we don't cut them off anymore because cut it off, comes right back. They test it and say it's nothing. It's fatty tissue. Well, I think it's because of the food. You're feeding him human food. So he really doesn't eat anything. He gets
Rocky never got any scraps, and he had one. He's going to have a golf ball on his back.
No, I think he got jumped too. He might have ate crap out in the yard. Eating a rat or something.
Rocky dog.
He was an outside dog.
He was.
He went in the
He was
garage.
my first baby.
He went in the garage when it got really cold.
Hey
Where
there.
the heat was at.
G rat them bum.
And so they close here in like 30 minutes.
Oh, so we better
6
go.
o'clock they close. So it wasn't a whole lot. We were going to hook up 2 cameras and all that, and it really wasn't. There's been a lot of people coming in and out, but we're kind of over in the corner. They had these great stools out front, but they put showcases there. So John said, we'll have to figure out where we're going to be. So I said,
Yeah,
if
we came in and
if
it was
we
like,
did,
where'd they go? We were
Yeah.
just in here yesterday, and they were
and
right
he's like,
there.
well, we can drag a table out. And he says, I don't know where to put you guys at. So then we were going to go over here at the charging
Yeah, we
station and set up there. And then I said, well,
Hinge Road.
we could use one of these cash register
Michael.
lanes and sit there. And then he goes, well, I got a table over here that we're going to put displays. We haven't done it yet. I said, okay, we'll use that. And there's a plug over here on the floor. Remember last time we used this computer, it didn't plug in and it whoop, went off all of a sudden because it wasn't plugged in all the way. I don't know what.
Lost power.
Well, these stupid Apples has got like a giant box to plug it in the wall. And I wouldn't lift it up.
We might lose connection again. All right. 2 hours and 20 minutes.
So we're going to be doing more lives. I don't know when. I'd like to do one down on Main Street, but we'd have to do it like at noon tomorrow because everything closes down there. Because on Sundays, they don't stay open very late.
Well, we've got plans for tomorrow, dude.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go eat lunch with somebody. You guys going to show us all these great
With
rides for
Gary.
you guys.
How about that?
So that'd be pretty neat. And we're mainly going with him to see what out here to ride. And
What's out here to ride?
yeah,
There's
and
a ride out here.
it's different kind of riding here than you're going to find.
Oh, I think we got some bots. We got to go.
Huh.
Bye.
So we're going to leave you here. We've been on plenty of time, and we're going to leave all these crazy people to themselves. And I get to go back and click on them all and tell them all that
Don't
they're
forget to subscribe, give us
buttholes.
a thumbs up, ring the bell for notifications, subscribe to us for channel if you haven't already, and share us with your family and friends. Bye.
See, I like to go in here and I report to them that they're hate speech. And then they say, oh, thanks for telling you that. And so then that way they get red flagged. And so I don't remove them. I put them down as all this stuff harassing and bullying me. And here it says, choose one. They're harassing me. So you do that, and then they get in trouble. And see, they think they're really funny. But when you report them like
My
this,
friends.
it
Take care. See you
here's a
soon.
guy that's recommending suicide. So see, I'm going to report him too for being a
It's
suicide
all the
guy.
same guy.
I know, but it's YouTube will look at that and they'll red flag them, and then they'll end up wanting here pornographic. I'm going to put down that they're
It
they're
is
porno
because
people.
it says see hot boys and girls on video chat.
And let's see, I got one more. Oops, keeps messing up. Report. This guy is a child abuser. There you go, Mr. Child Abuser. They'll be looking for you now.
Hey,
The
Dawn's
Popo
there.
will be coming to check them out. I guess they left.
Dawn's here and we're
He
leaving.
put his 4 or 5 things on, and I guess they're gone. A lot of times they come in here. I guess Redfink already left, huh? He didn't get
No.
any of those. Or did I see him before?
No, he
I might
just
have
says
seen him
peace, my
before.
friend. Yeah, I guess.
Because I
We
see
might
things
have seen
before
him
you
before,
guys
yeah.
do. So there's only 4
Well, no,
or
with
5.
Ratpink's got a wrench. You should see it at the same time
Yeah.
we do. Oh, there's still 3 or 4 more in there. It says, I don't know. I don't see them.
Well, they're
Maybe
on
mine
there.
didn't come up.
Yeah, it hasn't come
safe.
off yet until you read.
Laugh out loud. Devin Mike says bye.
So I want to thank
Billy, What's wrong
everybody.
with people? I don't know. I think we got them all. All right. We'll see you guys all soon.
Yep. So we'll do another live. I don't know when. Maybe we'll do one on Monday. We want to go down to George and Peanuts. Is it Peanut and George?
Yeah,
George
they're
and
not
Peanuts.
open on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Maybe they might be this week because when they get ready for the rally, they open up earlier. We'll do something down there. Maybe we'll go to Cruising Cafe and do something from down there. We'll see what happens. And so I'll try to get a couple lives here before we hit Daytona Bike Week opens up next Friday. We'll try to get you some lives before that. So at that, we're going to leave you right here at J&P Cycles. They sponsored this today. They didn't really sponsor us, but they gave us a
They
spot.
let us do
Yeah,
this here.
they gave us a spot, and why we're doing it here is because there's going to be some other YouTubers that are going to be out there in the front trying to talk with other vendors that are actually paying them to sell stuff. Well, they sell the same stuff in here because they actually are selling it. They're not selling nothing out there. it all has to go through the store if you're right out front here, because you get to stay here for free.
And stay tuned, because we're going to have a gigantic giveaway.
Oh yeah,
coming up. So stay tuned for that too.
Yeah,
and we'll tell you what
our
all's
first
gonna be.
prize is somewhere between a $600 and an $800 value.
But you have to be going to Sturgis.
That's right, to use it. And we got a whole bunch of other stuff that we'll be talking about as the rally starts. All the other great stuff that we're going to have this massive giveaway that's going to start right after Daytona. And we'll be giving all those prizes away probably by maybe April Fool's Day. We'll give it away.
Hey, how about that?
That'd be pretty neat. April Fools, you won.
It'll be true though.
So that'll be pretty neat. And we may be the only YouTuber out here that is going to get back to our subscribers.
Yep.
With some great
Giveaway
products from our vendors.
Yep.
So we're going to see all of you later. And no more video today. This is it today. We'll have a video out tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably, I don't know. We're going to put something out tomorrow. And then I got a whole bunch of stuff now. We got bikes out here, the stunt bikes that were out here today. Not really stunt
The
bikes.
civilian competition.
And that was really neat. We didn't get a whole lot of that because the veteran thing took so long. We got the veteran thing that we're going to bring up. That's why I said some of the days we're going to probably get 2 videos coming up a day. We'll probably put one up in the morning and then our regular one in the afternoon. So make sure you guys are watching all those and keeping up with all that good content, because the more you guys watch, the more YouTube will recommend us. By the time the rally starts, we want to be the #1 spokespeople for
Daytona Bike Week.
So at that, we're going to leave you right here at wonderful J&P Cycles at Destination Daytona, actually in Ormond Beach, but we call it Daytona because we moved from over there to here.
Destination Daytona. We won't even be in Daytona come Bike Week.
Oh, you will
be in Port Orange.
Staying, but we're not staying in Daytona. We did last on fall rally. We were in Daytona.
Anyway.
So we'll leave it at that. Thank all you guys for hanging out with us today, and for an unscheduled, I just gave you a day's notice on this. We'll try to put some other ones up and give you a little bit more notice.
And we'll be scheduling some meet and greets too. So if you're coming down, we'll do our best to meet up.
And if we're doing a live, and if we put down that if you're watching us on Facebook, if we say, hey, we're at Colt's eating lunch, come on over if you're by there. We don't mind you guys stopping in and saying hi while we're eating. We don't have any time to ourselves, other than don't knock on the trailer door when we're sleeping. That I don't care.
The trailers are rocking. Don't come a knocking.
Charlie come knocking. Charlie come a barking. He barks. He sounds bad, but
he's a pussycat.
Yeah.
Bye. Thanks.
See you later.